Help support a photographer.
Snapping frames, chasing light, shadows dance, day to night, lens sharp, soul in sight, the camera whispers, hold it tight, click, click, moments freeze, time captured in the breeze, yeah. The camera light, the flashing lights, frame the world, see it right, the camera light, you're the light.
Well, if you've been paying attention to your screen as we played a little intro song there, you'll no doubt have a little taste of what we're in for tonight. That's right, everybody. Welcome back to the Camera Life podcast. This is the Random Photography Show. It is the 2nd of February 2026. And all I can say is thank God January is over. That just felt like the longest month ever. But of course, I'm not alone. As you can see, we've got a very full studio. I didn't even invite
You're calling us fat?
I said full.
Glenn.
I said full. Of course, we have the boss here, Justin. G'day, Justin. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great.
Yeah.
Busy day.
Yeah. Well, we'll dig into that, or we won't. We're also joined by, unfortunately, our preferred co-host wasn't available, so we've got Glynn Lavender joining us today. Tamron ambassador. Apparently, he takes photos in toilets. I've seen all sorts of crazy things going on in his social feeds, but we'll get to Glynn and find out what he's been up to in just a moment. And of course, another BFOP workshop instructor has joined us, and it's Julie Powell. How are you?
Hi guys.
How are
I'm
you?
great. How are you?
Yeah. Well, we're here to start.
We're here.
Yeah.
I think this sums it up. Nick Fletcher's in the chat. He says, "Dear God, Glynn and Julie, I'm off."
Oh, that's not good.
Smartest thing I've heard all day.
As I said at the top of the show, Glynn is here to co-host with us. He was our first choice for the night, and we may live to regret that decision, but he is here nonetheless. And Julie is here. Now, before we dig into what Glynn's been up to and before we say good day to everyone in the chat, Julie's just popped on for a little bit of an ad read. What have you been cooking up, Julie?
Well, I am actually running a photographer retreat. Now, this is not a huge production like the fabulous guys at BFOP do. This is just a really small retreat. So I've hired out the Flack Telegraph and Post Office in Balan. I don't know if you've ever been there or seen it. It is an incredible studio to work out of. So I have hired that for the weekend, and I have got some incredible models coming along. We've got sessions all weekend. We have all sorts of things from Gatsby, film noir, Hollywood glamour. We've got vintage glamour. We've also got some sort of cheeky little Lolita grunge, Marie Antoinette type things happening. So
I think they've changed Lolita to Epstein now. I think that's the new name for Lolita.
No, we're not going that far. We're keeping it clean.
It's easier if you just ignore him. Just push on through. You're doing great. You're doing great.
So basically we're like I said, so we've got some incredible models that are coming in. We've got hair and makeup by some very talented people, stylists, clothing, the whole lot. So I've still got one full weekend session available, and that gives you access to everything over a complete 2-day immersive photography retreat, and it's open to all levels. So even if you are more of a beginner or all the way through to somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, you're more than welcome. So
what do you then, Glynn? Sorry, mate.
Damn cheap is all I can say. I don't know how you do it for the money.
That's
so
crazy.
there's our incredible models that we've got set up. So we have the incredibly talented Sky Medusa, we've got Holly McKenna, we've got Jessie Fawn, and we have got Nicola Page as well. So we've got the two girls on the left will be our Saturday models, and the ones on the right will be our Sunday models. So we've also got some single sessions that are available as well. So if you can't make it for the whole weekend and you just want to book 1 or 2 sessions on the Saturday or the Sunday, then they're available as well. So yeah, if you are hanging out for a little bit of an intensive photography retreat, then sign up. Let me know. Down the bottom of this page that the guys have got up, there's a link. You can just click on that, and that goes straight through to my email, and I can help you out with pretty much anything.
Oh,
you're going to go book it, are you, Justin?
Yeah. I thought about it. Like,
so just some logistics for everybody. So this is on Saturday, March the 21st. Kicks off at 9:30 a.m. and runs through until Sunday.
Said that. Yeah,
that's okay. That's why I'm here. The 22nd, and that goes through until 6:30 p.m. So 2 action-packed days. And how far away is? Do we pronounce it Ballon?
It's Ball Ann. Ball Ann.
It's about for those who don't know the area, it's about 30 k's from Ballarat. So it's on the way from Melbourne to Ballarat.
About 20 k's past Bacchus Marsh, if people are more familiar with the closer town.
Yeah.
And to be a little bit more positive, it's actually be all, Anne. It's a motivational town.
Okay, I'm not even going to go.
I'm just so sorry, Julie. I didn't prepare you for any of this.
Hey, look, you think I haven't shot with Glynn before? I know. I've been dragged into shooting in toilet blocks with this man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm glad someone's shooting. I'm glad that's
I didn't think you said shooting then. I was like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, shooting, yes, with camera.
Right, okay. Whatever pays the bills, Julie, it's fine.
It's actually a really, really historic town in country Victoria. It's got some incredible buildings, absolutely incredible buildings.
And it sounds like you've booked yourself an amazing space to work from. So there's 4 sessions, 2 on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep.
And you've got 1 spot left for the full retreat pass. So that's 2 full days. And they are very long days. So you'll certainly get your money's worth. And then there's some single sessions that are up for grabs as well.
Exactly.
Wonderful. All right.
Well,
and
don't delay. Get on it. Book now. Yeah. You don't want to miss out on that. That is, and like Glynn said, that price seems a little insane to me. Very, very cheap for what is on offer.
And I've got to say, I've been ogling this venue for years as a place I'd love to do some work in. It's fabulous. So as far as an environment goes, you can't go wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, so, look,
very amazing.
It's just my biggest problem when I walked in there was my head exploded, and I thought, what am I going to shoot in here first? And then I went, let's just do everything.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Why not?
So there's 2 rooms. So even each session, there's 4 sessions, but there's a model in each room. So if you actually break it down, it's 8 mini workshops.
Wow. That's creative math. That is.
Yeah. So 8 mini workshops. So don't talk to me on the Monday and Tuesday following because I'll be passed out.
I get that.
So will our models probably, but we are super excited about this one.
Yeah. And these are models that you've known for a while. You've worked with them. Lots. Talking offline, Julie, I just wanted to raise with everyone, you've been an absolute demon with putting out content, not only on your socials, but on YouTube. You've been putting out videos every few days over the last month.
Thank you.
So when it's looking for some guidance into a whole range of different photography genres, skills, and attitudes, head to juliepowellphoto.com. And from there at the top, there's a link to her email, her YouTube, her socials. Go and check it out. But thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm going to jump out and
we'll get you on for a full co-host one week soon.
Yeah,
if you've got the time.
Totally, love to. Yeah. Enjoy, have fun with Glynn. I'll catch you on the flip side.
It is what it is. See you, Julie.
It will be what it will
be. Bye.
See you, kiddo.
What this one? Oh, look, our heads are much bigger now. Look at the size of us.
Scare yourself.
It's almost matching my ego size now. Look at that.
Almost.
Almost.
Now, Glynn, just before we dig into what you've been up to, oh gosh, that's something I didn't want to see. I glanced up and there it was.
That's what she said.
just before we dig into what you've been up to, Glynn, for a little update, let's Justin, you want to say hello to some people?
I do. It was going crazy in the chat. Everyone was in here. Like first comment, Dennis, of course, School of Light. Note to self: you're limited to 49 comments during the live tonight. We'll see.
48 now.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. We'll count them up at the end.
I should say the same for myself. That might be safe.
I think you've already used them.
Brett Wooderson has donated one of his comments to Dennis, so now Dennis has 50. He's trying to be a good boy. Okay, Brett Wooderson, good luck. I'll keep an eye on you. Philip Johnson is here. Good evening. And says, P.S. Glynn, don't worry, I won't tell Bruce you have strayed. Lol.
Yes, that's my co-host of my podcast, who wanted to record the other day, and I said no. and I'm on you before him. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's.
Is this going to be? Is this going to be a problem? Is this going to be cause some conflict?
I've never been faithful. Yeah, just ask my wives.
Okay, moving on. Tin Type Man says, "Hey gang, happy Monday." Yeah, Felicity Johnson, hello friends, good to see you, Flick. Gareth Davies, good morning all. Good morning to you, sir. John Pickett, evening everyone. David Leparati, good evening. Can't believe it's February already. Yeah, I know. We skipped last week, so it kind of like January just flew on past. And Tony is here, says, I'm taking bets if they'll be late. Any takers? No, we weren't very late. Just a little. We're actually going to, Greg, we're going to make, this show is going to be we're going to run on time. I've got a plan and it's going to be amazing. We're going to finish in an hour and a half. Like I've always planned. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Never came through there, Nick.
Couldn't quite hit your time goal. Craig Murphy, good evening. Lisa Leach, good evening. Beautiful people.
Hey, Lisa.
Bruce Moyle, good to see you. What is up? Paul says, g'day you lot. Obviously, Nick Fletcher was here, but then he left. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know. Bruce Moyle says, I think Glynn set up in his bathroom. Yeah, he often has pop-up
I'm on the toilet.
In bathrooms. Yeah. You're on the toilet?
Yeah. I'll give myself the shits. It's just safer.
LTK, good evening. Robert Varner says, I retreated from photography altogether. Yeah, that's a good way to do a retreat. Photography retreat. Who else? What do we got? Lucinda's here. Greg Carrick is here. We've got a ton of images in for the Your Images section already, which is quite amazing. That's going to be a big section, so we're going to fly through and get to that as quick as we can. If you haven't sent yours in yet, this is very much your last chance. Email them right now to justin@luckystraps.com.au or email them later for next week. That's fine too. That'd probably be better, actually, but whatever you want. Who else? Digifrog is here.
Hey, Dave.
Phil Thompson is here. Everybody's here. Oh, Julie's back in the chat.
Hey.
Levin Barrett, Rare View Photography is here. Rick Nelson is here. Wow, we should have a week off more often, Greg. Everyone's back in the chat. It's amazing.
I know.
It's not because of you guys. Just
I see.
Yeah, he's got a point. It's because of Julie.
Yes,
exactly.
It probably was. Okay, let's get into it. What are we doing?
Let's make a start.
Let's make a start.
Let's go to the.
Well, before we do that, I mean, we've got a whole section in the middle for Glynn to dig into what Glynn's been up to. But
just talk. I'll interrupt as I go. I'll just interrupt.
What did you do today?
Well, I had a morning nap, followed by an after school nap.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. So busy one.
Big day.
That's a normal weekday. Yeah,
I only fit one nap in today.
Really?
Quite disappointed. Yeah.
How long for though? I could only get an hour for each one. So
I lay there and pretended to be asleep to trick my brain to be asleep for about an hour, and then I think I dozed for about half an hour, and then I just this isn't working. So yeah, disappointing. All like
you need to get into better training, dude. Better mental training. Just bang. Yeah. I've
been reading your book.
I'd like to get 3 in a day. So today was a little bit under normal averages, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Do you enjoy a nano nap at all, Justin? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about nano naps.
I took my hammock down in the backyard, but when my hammock used to be up, I would often have a little after lunch siesta. But I do have to. So I've changed my diet only a week and a half ago, and now I no longer feel sleepy after lunch, which is very interesting.
Oh,
you
I'd
look
go
amazing
back.
for
I'd
it.
change. I'd change back.
Change it back. You think I've
Those
ruined it?
Those afternoon naps are a killer. When I used to work in an office, I used to take my lunchtime under my desk asleep. I just roll under the desk and just George Costanza style, straight asleep under the desk. Yeah, I get in early to work so I could have a nap under the desk before work starts.
Wow.
You got to make sure you get. I don't sleep at night though. That's the other problem though. So I do sleep more during the day than I do at night. I'm a sort of a 3 o'clock till 6:30 kind of sleeper at night.
What?
Yeah.
3 hours?
Or 2.5. Yeah, 3.5. Yeah.
Wow. No wonder you need to nap during the day.
Yeah. So I'm not good at night. Never been good at night. That's my whole life though. So that's just the way I am.
So do you work at night? Like, do you edit photos and stuff at night?
No, I don't edit photos. No, I research locations. I dot T's and cross I's on stuff. A lot of my contacts are overseas, so I do a lot of stuff in the middle of the night talking to them. That's because there's usually maybe 8 or 10 or 12-hour time differences, so it kind of works pretty well. I can get them all that kind of stuff. And as any customer who's ever been reached out to me knows, I'm almost available 24 hours a day online, so they can reach out and I'll connect with them if they have a question about stuff. So,
Cool.
Very cool.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to clips and comments, boss.
Yeah, I want to pull this. Well, actually, no, I don't need to pull it up. I'll just read it out. But we had a great episode on Thursday with young gun Matthew Garberg. What a fun episode. There's a couple of comments on that one. Yeah, it was really fun. It was good digging into the up-and-coming career of a young photographer and videographer who's just trying to figure out how to make this thing work. And it was very interesting. Yeah.
Glynn, what are you doing?
I'm trying to match the color. I'm trying to match the color scheme, but no one gave me the. There we go.
Oh, actually, I need it. No, I need to change mine anyway because mine's wrong. That's what I normally have. That's way better. My colorful background. Okay. So, one of the comments on Matthew's episode was from Mayor Hall R7U. Says, it was great having an episode focusing on an emerging career. Justin and Greg's suggestions to Matthew were constructive, informative, and generous, providing direction and advice to develop his business and the areas he should focus on. He has an exciting career ahead of him. I agree. He does have an exciting career, and our advice was amazing. I agree.
I should go watch
that.
I should go watch that episode. I'm going to go watch the episode. I'd love to have a career in this business.
You're still working on it?
Got to wake up and up. But yeah, it sounds good. Well, one day. Yeah, one day.
But it was a good chat. It was
a really good chat. Yeah, it was really interesting just to get that perspective as well of like what it's like to be up and coming now. And I think it's sort of, everything has changed so much, but it's always kind of similar stuff. I'm sure it was every sort of new generation of technology or mediums or industries changing and things like that. I'm sure there's always been sort of the people hanging on to the way it used to be, the new people up and coming being like, you guys don't know what you're doing, and the people who have been doing it are like, you don't know what you're doing, and and the answer's somewhere in the middle or a bit of both, or it's interesting. Anyway, so go back and have a listen to that if you're interested. It was a great episode. Also had another comment saying, "What a boy you are, Matthew." That was from Gabrielle Cal. That might be maybe mum. I don't know. Hopefully. And final comment I'm going to read out. This was off the Adam Edwards interview from a few weeks back, and this was from Dennis Smith. He said, back from New Zealand and watched this back. There are few photographers who have the mix of technical skill, genuine care for the community, and so much to teach as Adam. I feel humbled to be a part of what he does. A great watch. Because they got a workshop together.
They do. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's sold out. I'm not sure. If it's not, it should be. Very, very cool. Apparently, Gareth says, it could be food intolerances, Justin. Took years for doctors to diagnose me. I feel younger now than I did 15 years ago. Interesting. It could be. Very well could be. I'm basically eating...
we thought for years my wife was gluten intolerant. For at least 15, 20 years of our marriage. Turns out she was just intolerant.
Glynn intolerant. What was I going to say? Yeah, no. So, but it very much could be because I'm basically eating only meat, eggs, and cheese, and that obviously eliminates a lot of things. So
That sounds like a great diet.
it's delicious.
What type of meat? Owl?
Yeah, mostly owl. Anything that's hard to get, on the endangered side. I think no.
Have you ever noticed how much
Puffins.
owl tastes like beaver? Have you ever noticed? It's got the same kind of water-based kind of, I don't know, little gamey. Strange, because one's a flying thing, one's a water animal. It's odd that it tastes similar.
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten in your travels?
Oh, owl.
You've eaten owl? You haven't?
Owl.
Really?
Yeah, owl, camels, snakes, buffalo, of course, pretty common. Crocodiles, whatever they put down in front of you, you kind of have to eat.
You'll try anything?
I don't want to.
Have you eaten like bugs? Like where they cook bugs
yes,
and
you
stuff?
had the crickets, the scorpions, the little baby sharks on a stick. Have you seen those? It's like a little skewer, but the shark's only about 12 inches long, and you get to chew the whole shark. That's kind of bizarre. None of them they enjoy. It's just sometimes you got to be polite.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being polite when it comes to eating shark on a stick or. Although
Bugs.
I guess that is not that much different.
Just flake.
Flathead or flake. Sorry, not.
Just having to chew the head's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of gristle in the head.
We've got a diagnosis. Eating owl. That might be why you're stuck up all night.
There you go.
Oh, boom tish.
No, it's
Well-
ooh, maybe.
And yes, Elena's capped it off too. I am still drinking beer, so it's not like I haven't eliminated everything. If I could change that to just water, that would be eliminating even another thing. But I don't know if I can do it. We'll see.
This is a genuine thing though. I've changed to drinking only soda water.
At all,
And-
just soda water.
Soda water, because it's cold, it's refreshing, but it's sparkling, so you kind of feel like you're having a bit of a treat. But it has, it doesn't have any of the minerals that mineral water has, which can't be good for your system if you drink too much of it. But it's not like drinking plain water. So when you feel like a tasty beverage, it's actually pretty good.
Soda water. That's I do have a fair bit of that in the fridge. That is
We've got
that
a
is
soda stream.
It's a go-to.
Yeah, I have a soda stream and just keep filling up the bottles. Drink away.
But yeah, otherwise it's a lot of this stuff. This heaps normal. It's
Good advice, Paul. Good to see you, mate.
Non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, sorry.
Did you say non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I just
What's
like
the
the taste of it.
Oh,
I just
yeah, that's fair
like the
enough.
taste of it. And it's sort of, instead of I don't want to drink beer every night, like drink alcoholic beer every night. But if I like to if it's hot and I want to have a beer while I'm on the podcast, it's can be one of these.
That's one thing, because I stopped drinking about 5 years ago completely. I don't drink anymore at all. And one
Doesn't
thing
drink
that
any
I
less
miss,
either. Boom, boom. Sorry.
no, I don't. One thing that I miss is that refreshing beer on a hot day, that refreshing taste and that quench.
Yeah, one of the few things that quench, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something special. And I tried non-alcoholic beer for a while, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
drink. I've never ever been drunk in my life, and I don't really drink at all. But a beer on a hot day is like my vice. Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah,
But I've never ever imbibed alcohol in any sort of quantity in my life.
Wow.
So,
Really?
yeah, I'm so obnoxious without alcohol. I'd hate to see what I'm like with it. Yeah, it's always been my theory.
yeah.
How bad could it get?
Why push the envelope too far?
How bad could it actually get? So
yeah. All right, let's talk about some photography.
Yeah, we should. I just want to quickly bring up, where did I see? There was one back here. People talking about eating quokkas and things. Robert Varner says it's still minus 13 degrees C in New Jersey for all of those suffering the heat in Australia. It sounds cool. It doesn't sound fun, but when it snows, I bet it's really fun. And then cleaning up the snow sucks. Jason Rogers, photography. Good to see you. G'day, guys from Maryborough.
G'day, Jason.
Awesome.
Thanks for dialing in.
And Dennis burned off 3 comments by accident.
Oh, that. Whoops is a mistake. And damn's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I don't know what he's losing it. Rearview Photography 11 Barrett has eaten deep fried grasshoppers for me, he says. Bangkok, so long as you put them in head first, they're delicious.
You need to, because the liquid from inside the brain kind of softens the rest of the flesh, you know. It sort of coats and gives you that little satay flavouring, shall we say?
No, stop, please.
No.
Can't do it. Can't do it. No.
I'll ask you. We'll move on, but I'll ask you later on, Glynn, about food in India because I'm interested to know.
Cool.
I'm assuming it's different to Indian food that we get in Bendigo.
I don't know. I've never been to Bendigo. No. I've never eaten it. I can guarantee I've never eaten Indian in Bendigo. So, yeah. But we'll talk later. We'll talk about it later. Let's talk about good stuff first.
Yeah. What do we? Okay. I didn't even change my thingy. What else have we got? Oh, you got some clips. Is there any of these clips we should bring up, Greg? Bring them all up one at a time? Social posts?
No, maybe just go to the 360 cat cam. I thought this was fun. And I think it's something
like a bit of you.
I think that's something that anyone could do if they were looking to set up a rig of this nature. I think it's really clever.
All right, let me see. Do we need sound or no sound?
No sound's fine.
Greg, can I ask a little question since I've got you live? And I've wanted this often
Of course.
when you're talking. I keep seeing your chair, and because I don't have great eyesight, does your chair say regret lab? Yeah, the back of your chair.
No, not regret.
Oh, secret.
You got your chair from a secret lab?
Although sometimes I feel like it looks like I'm wearing like a habit.
Yeah.
It does.
Because I always wear black. The chair is it feels like I've got like a thing going on.
It's a bad habit to get into, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's
okay.
It's gonna be a long show.
It's none of my business is all you're saying. That's all you're
All right. So I haven't seen this yet. I'm about to press play. All I can see is there's a cat sitting on a post. It looks like a poorly constructed seesaw. Let's see what happens.
This doesn't look very 360 to me. I'm just
All right.
I see.
Okay. That's a very well-behaved cat in a snowstorm.
Well, I thought you could do it for your dog photos, Justin.
Oh, look at the shot.
How cool is that, though?
That's
Isn't that
pretty
clever?
cool.
It's just a simple little rig.
Wow, what a cat.
Yeah, pretty amazing looking
Look
cat.
at all that hair. And having snow in the shot just makes it even better. I can't believe it just sat there and watching it like, what are you doing?
I just thought it was a really clever and ingenious way to create a really stable 360 pano shot, whilst your subject will always stay in the middle. I think it's really clever.
Well, they do those for photo booths, like 360 video booths. Have you seen those, Greg? Yeah, where they and it spins around and then it kind of does that. But yeah, it looks like he's.
It looks like a homemade.
It looks semi-homemade. I like that sort of stuff.
You know?
I think it's pretty cruel that he nailed the cat there, though. I think if you look closely, there's a couple of nails in the feet. I think that's it's taking it too far. I mean, I
such a beautiful
anything
cat
for art, but that's pushing stuff, you know.
It is. It is indeed. Let's skip to the news. The other social posts are just trivial little things.
Okay. Oh,
nothing really worth sharing.
Isn't that what the news is?
Yeah, they're trivial too.
Pretty much.
Okay, let me just read out a couple of headlines. Oh yeah, sorry, we've got a jingle.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's a couple of Fujifilm articles.
Boring.
Patents have been spotted. Hey, you've got a Fujifilm. Patents have been spotted for a Fujinon. So Fujifilm made Fujinon glass full frame 75mm f1.4 and a full frame 56mm f1.4.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's a legit patent.
It sounds patently ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
it is
more
patently
like a
true.
It's so full frame.
So maybe they're making lenses for other mounts. I mean, Fujinon glass is pretty amazing. So much better than Canon.
Is it though? Prove it.
You know it is. What else? That's
I mean, that is interesting though, because would they ever go full frame? It just doesn't seem like. I feel like it would pull from. Cameras. You really think they would make lenses, or they would get labeled as someone else's lenses? Maybe.
Why not try to jump on the Sigma and Tamron train? Get a little bit of that action.
Because they'd be competing against two people that have been like third party lensing for a long time.
They've been on the train for years.
That's right.
And the trains,
been making
train's
lenses for
moving pretty
90 years.
fast.
They're no slouches on the scorecard either.
True, but the other issue is though, like they'd be going in hard against established players when they could just be bringing out more products for their own ecosystem that they can.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up,
higher.
Justin, because in March there is a Fujifilm event being held, and it's called a Focus on Glass. And apparently they're going to be revealing some the upcoming lens roadmap. That's on the March.
Well, that'd be really handy because Fuji's focusing shit. So if it could focus on glass, that'd be really handy. You know, that's,
you would hope.
That's hard.
Hey, Greg, have you ever heard? Just talking of Fuji, have you heard of the YouTube guy Pal2 Tech? Have you ever seen that guy?
He's good.
So, did you see anything that came out in the last couple of days from him or last week or so?
No, I don't agree with anything on YouTube.
Okay. We're on YouTube.
Especially this show.
He must have brought up to Fujifilm a lot of the complaints that have been circulating. I think essentially, I didn't go back and watch the old video. I saw his recent one. So lots of complaints around like, we're not seeing the investment in our sort of cameras that we bought with firmware updates and things. We're not seeing the models of cameras we want to release. We're seeing X halves and things like that. We're not seeing
experimental stuff.
Yeah. We're not seeing like just the next, the XT6 or whatever. Like people just want the next camera, or they want a firmware update for their current camera and blah, blah, blah. And he actually got a response from Fujifilm. Complaining about the lack of firmware updates and focusing issues, Gareth Davies says. So they responded very quickly, and they were like, I think everyone believed that they just are ignoring their customers and doing what they want or whatever. And they're like, no, we listen to all of this stuff and we're working on everything. Like you guys are our customers, and if you send us anything, it gets read. And I thought it was really interesting. They responded to him straight away, officially.
That could be Fujifilm USA. That might be Fujifilm USA, not Fujifilm Japan.
I don't know.
It might. I don't know.
It's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah.
I mean, I've done Q&As with one of the lead product managers in Japan for, I think when I reviewed, might have been the GFX 100 RF. I was given the opportunity to do a sit down, like a Q&A online. But I know that not often, but every now and then Fujifilm Australia will send me a question or ask what I think people are thinking about this or that, or what has been my experience with this. And so I'm always giving them that sort of feedback, but they don't ever do anything I say.
Well, I mean, they don't do anything everyone says. They just read it and then move on.
Fuji Australia is a very small fish in the big bowl, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Not a lot of influence.
No.
Here we go. Oh, it's all coming in. Glad we've got the chat. Tin Type Man says, it was Fujifilm USA, but the CEO in Japan also got involved. So yeah, they took it seriously, which is, I think that's a very good sign, because a lot of big camera brands would just ignore that stuff. They would just be like, look, it's just noise. We know what our plan is. Let's not, very cool.
Yeah.
Fujifilm
It'd be
USA
interesting whether they're making third-party lenses, whether they're making that a thing, or...
Well, LTK's got a prediction. X Pro, I'm expecting full frame. Explains the long wait. I'm with Greg. I reckon they wouldn't... you would need to launch new lenses. Like, they've built out an entire X series lens ecosystem. Yeah, they'd be starting from scratch. It would be so hard. Yeah.
I mean, having said that, they do need to update some of their lenses.
Yeah,
which would make more sense. They're still rocking some Gen 1, 2012 lenses are still being sold today as current. But they're not optimized. They're not optimized in terms of focus performance, and they're not optimized for a 40 megapixel sensor. So, they really need to push them along.
So, Glynn, you bought a Fujifilm.
I did.
Did Tamron
make big boy?
Did Tamron make Fujifilm mount?
No.
lenses?
So I have to be very quiet about it. Yeah.
Oh. Should I? Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I was actually, I thought maybe they did. But
I just don't publish as many photos as I shoot with the Fuji. I mean, the big test will be as my next tour. I'm taking Fuji for the first time. I'm also taking a new Tamron lens yet to be released.
What is it? Tell us.
Yeah, what is it? Give us a hint.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's not a focal length I'm overly happy taking.
600 mil.
Yeah,
900 mil.
900 mil 1.2. That's
6 mil.
I've taken the entire tour's luggage allowance in one lens.
Okay, it's not. In fact,
the plane's got a trailer towing behind the plane on the way just to carry the lens. No. So whilst yes, I have invested in Fuji with my own money, which is frankly ridiculous. I know it's unheard of for me, just about. And 3 lenses, Fuji lenses. So but it's not something I'm going to promote the same way I promote the images I shoot with Tamron lenses.
No,
because
you're a Tamron
the focus is the focus is different, and and so we'll see how happy they are about it. Tamron Australia already understand. Tamron India already understand. It's the US and Japan who I work with who may be a bit more, temperamental about it. But but here's the thing: for the last I don't know. I think I've been a Tamron ambassador for like 18, 20 years, something like that. I've never shot a single photo with a non-Tamron lens in that time frame. So it is quite different. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it's a whole new world.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So basically, every photo that most people see of your work is a Tamron lens, even if they
unless it's a phone photo.
Archives.
Unless it's a phone photo. Yeah.
Greg,
I'm really fussy about that. I've got 2x halves actually, Greg. So it's the next one. It's the next full. Yeah,
the next full.
The next full. It's quite good. Yeah, you get the full frame X series. It's quite handy. But yeah, I've always been very, very, very careful not to ever post photos done with other brands of lenses, because I've seen Tamron ambassadors, especially American ones, do their top 10 photos of the year posts on social media, and 6 or 7 of their top 10 are done with other brand lenses. I'm going, well, that's just disgraceful, frankly. If you're being supported by this company, and you're obviously shooting enough with non-sponsored product to get that volume out of your entire year's work. So I've always been explicit that to the point that when I'm on tour, if a customer needs a lens, I've got a lens that's doing a certain type of shot. It might be 100 to 400. They haven't got something that big. I'll put it on their camera. I'll take their lens and put it on mine, and I won't shoot until I get the lens back. I won't even take a single photo, just so by chance I don't accidentally post a photo that I like that I did it on a Canon or whatever lens.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nice.
Jason Rogers,
it's honesty,
yeah,
integrity,
exactly. Jason Rogers Photography says, love my G2 7200 Tamron lens. It's been an absolute game changer for me.
Yeah, I love that lens to pieces. What really, so I've had to move over to mirrorless cameras because Tamron don't really make anything for DSLRs anymore, and their mirrorless version of that lens is 70 to 180, and I can't tell you how much I miss that 20 mil. My brain, my brain just my CDO, as I say earlier, just goes crazy by not having that extra 20 mil. It's almost like I can't take a good photo.
Do you zoom in so hard that you like damage the lens when you bottom out on that?
I'm trying. It's like push it further. Infinity focus. Yeah, I'm trying to go past 180.
Just need a little bit more.
It's
hold it out.
Quite amazing how it actually feels bad to not have that 20 mil. It actually feels it's sort of the physical sensation of loss that I can't get. But I'm serious. I know I take the piss a lot, but it genuinely has a feel in my body that is just not right.
It also so. You could probably tell me the difference. It seems like you would be far better off with the 35 to 150, 2 to 2.8, when it goes to 150, it's close to 180. You know, like you're sort of like, well,
yeah, but I like 200, and now I've lost 200 down to 180. Now I've lost 180 down to 150. Yeah,
I know.
What I used to hate, I really hate now.
True,
Yeah.
but then you gain,
the last tour I did use the 35 to 150.
Yeah.
But and that would be my preference to take on this next tour as well. But I'll 95% be sure I'll be taking other lenses than I planned. So just to be able to get shots for those lenses. But it might mean I take more lenses than I planned because I need the ranges that I want. Yeah.
Well, you probably can't tell us anything. Can you even tell us when we might find out about this new lens?
Next month.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. It should be in Australia by the end of this month. Well, actually, it should be in Australia at the end of Jan. I'm going to go out to Tamron this week and see if it's there for me, and pick it up and see. But I don't think the official launch is for a few weeks, and then the stocks won't be arriving till March or whatever.
Yeah.
So
be careful when you pick it up that you don't do your back.
Yeah, that's yeah. But there's a bit of hot gossip, and I'll tell you, almost no one in the world knows about this lens. So that's a bit of
just the three of us.
Camera Life.
Yep.
Camera Life exclusive.
Oh, you heard it here. Heard it here first, folks.
You heard there's something coming sometime from someone.
Yeah, I was going to say you heard that. Oh, hey. Surprise news! Tamron are going to release a lens. Who would have thought?
Surprising as
what's
unbelievable as Fujifilm are releasing full frame lenses.
Dennis just commented that a 28 to 70 f2 would be amazing for and there was talking about patents before. They have patented that lens. Now I don't know any more in production about anything about that, but a couple of episodes ago you guys talked.
We did,
about it.
We talked about it, it makes total sense.
Yeah, fabulous. But it's nothing I know. This is certainly not the lens that's coming out, and I kind of wish it was because that'd be kind of a cool lens to take.
Yeah.
But my November tour is doing a lot of nighttime stuff, so that actually would be I hope it does come true, and I hope it does come out by then. I'll take one of those. It'll be it'll be fabulous.
Yeah,
but
F2.
We'll see.
For sure.
We'll see.
Very cool.
Sorry, derailed.
Well, very quickly before we move on to Fujifilm, is it true as well? The other thing, move on from Fujifilm, I should say. We're not moving to it. Was there a thing where people could vote on what lenses they wanted?
There was something about that. Yeah. I think it's to do with this thing that's coming up, this Focus on Glass event.
Okay. So it's kind of related.
Yeah.
Greg, you would know about this. There's some Fuji event in Melbourne coming up.
Yes, I do. In fact, Jocelyn and I already have media passes for it. So Fujifilm held their first in a while consumer summit. They called it the Creator Summit. It was held in Sydney at Luna Park last year. This year they're doing it in Melbourne, in Port Melbourne.
Yeah.
Actually, they're holding it at a place. It was the first place I met Greg Carrick in person, and it was, I can't remember what it's called now. It's in Port Melbourne. It's like a big venue center. And the old Fujifilm, one of the old Fujifilm employees used to do this People with Cameras event.
Yeah, that's right. They did one down there. I was there for that.
They did one down there. Yeah, okay, yeah. So they did one down there, and they're going back there for this Creator Summit. They've got some friends of the show. Russell Ord is going to be a guest presenter. Who else did I say, Justin?
You said Russell, and you said, who was the other person?
I think Russell posed as a male model for a bridal workshop I once ran in Western Australia, if my memory serves correct.
Really?
His tuxedo, the whole thing.
Wow.
Russell
Ord. Michael Coyne.
Oh, that's right. It was
Dr. Michael Coyne. Russell Ord, and obviously Charlie, our good friend who's been on the show a few times. He's actually going to come and jump on the show on an upcoming Monday night just to give everyone a bit of a heads up about the Creator Summit. Last year's event went off really well. Fujifilm were obviously really pleased with it. They're coming back for more, and this time they're bringing it to Melbourne, which is wonderful.
The lovely Andrew Hall.
Andrew Hall will be there. He'll be on hand. Yeah. He's also doing a presentation, I believe, as well as spruiking Instax.
We've had a lot of these people on the show, Greg. I don't know what's going on. It seems like there's some sort of a setup or something. No, because they're all amazing photographers. Yeah, this is very cool. What a great lineup.
No, it wasn't Pentridge, Greg. Greg Carrick thought it was at
Timberyard.
No,
Timberyard.
Timberyard. That's it. Yeah, it's in Port
That's
Melbourne.
it. Yeah.
Port Melbourne. Yep. So Saturday, 9th of May, 10 till 6. And so last year it was 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, they've squeezed it down to just 1 day, which is probably better, I think. Just try and get as many people there on the 1 day instead of spreading it across a full weekend. Makes it a bit easier for people to get there. And it's $45 for an early bird ticket. That's the go.
Yep.
Well, free media pass is probably more the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with the money we saved on that, Greg? Go for lunch?
Yeah, we'll go for lunch for sure.
Parking in Melbourne.
I love spending your money.
Yeah, cool. Lots of partners. Yep. Yeah, it looks good. Yep. Very cool.
Yeah, it should be a good event. Cool. They always put on a good event. So, what else is happening in the news? Let me just quickly run off some headlines for you guys. Earlier in the week, Leica announced and released a brand new 35mm f1.2 Noctilux lens. It is currently 9,650, and I'm pretty sure that that's the B&H price. So, whatever that equates to, 45 million Australian dollars for that lens.
Australian pesos. Sorry,
pesos.
Yep.
Glenn, what are your thoughts on a lens like that, or like the F1, the Noct Leicas and stuff, where it's manual focus, super, shallow depth of field?
Well, I've never been a super shallow depth of field shooter at any stage in my life. F2 is probably the widest I've ever shot.
Okay.
And now as I'm getting older, anything to do with manual focus and even contemplating anything lower than maybe F11 in manual focus to get something in focus I need like 15 feet of depth of field now rather than 15 millimeters. It's not much chance. So look, I think there's a place. My concern always was lenses like that. People are more concerned about the vibe and the feel of the bokeh than they are the quality of the photos they're taking, the light and the subject. A pretty bokeh doesn't make a great photo. Give me great light and an interesting subject and an interesting story, and I'm hooked. Give me out of focus for the sake of out of focus. Give me only one eyelash in focus for the sake of one eye. It just doesn't speak to me. If that's your game, if that's what you love, go for it. That's the great thing about art. You can do whatever you like. It just doesn't float my boat at all. But I can certainly see why there's a market for. And if someone gave me one, I'd like to have a play. But I know I wouldn't be shooting with it. Because I know all my shots would be shit. And it's often the case where people, it's like all the gear and no idea. It's all, if I buy a better camera, I'll be a better photographer. If I upgrade this body to the next body, I'll somehow my ability to light something and capture something interesting will improve. And that is not ever going to be the case. So, but do what makes you happy. We don't live very long in the grand scheme of things.
No.
And if you've got the money and it's what you like to do with it, go for it. Good on you. I'm so happy for you. Just don't make me look at your photos.
Speaking of having money,
hello.
If you have the money and life is short, Leica camera actually considering selling a majority stake for $1.2 billion. If anyone that's listening is into that kind of thing, I'm
just checking my pocket how much cash I've got. No, not this time.
No, okay,
not this time.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Great.
Majority stake.
Yeah. But to who? So DJI are going to buy them like they bought Hasselblad? Is it going to work the same way? DJI, Hasselblad, Leica company.
Just gobbles up everything.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
That reminds me. I was supposed to do an ad at the start of the show, Greg.
Oh, what?
My goodness.
Yeah, what are
an ad doing? For what?
For the camera shops.
For my workshops.
That too.
Workshops.
Where is it? I forgot. It's very important. It's such a cool ad. Stick with me.
Let's start again.
We're here.
Don't leave.
Where's Julie?
Don't leave. Hang
All right,
on.
just while he's pulling that up, a couple of potential new Canon lenses. We mentioned these briefly last week or the week before, whenever it was we were last on. A Canon RF 14mm 1.4 VCM, so that's its video quality lenses, and there's also a rumor of a Canon RF 7-14, 2.8 to 3.5 fisheye zoom.
Is
That'd be
there?
nice.
Is coming
That'd
soon.
be fun.
That would be nice because I don't
7
think
to 14.
Yeah, I don't think we have a fisheye at the moment in the RF native mount at all.
Yeah.
Because fisheyes kind of not cool anymore.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
went out for a bit, but
Kind of
I think
gone
people
out. But
getting back into them.
that would be wild.
The
I'm hoping it's
70s
not-
called and wanted the lenses back.
Yeah.
No, I'd have to go and find some skateboarders if I got that lens. That's wide. I hadn't seen that rumor. I've been a little too busy to be on the Canon Rumours site.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Wow. Oh, hopefully they do need one, something in the range.
Yeah.
What else? I'll pull this. I'll pull the ad up after we finish the news.
A couple of other lens announcement. Rolly, who I don't even know who owns Rolly anymore. They've announced an AF24 f1.8 and a 35 1.8 for Nikon Z mount, and I think they're also doing them for Sony, maybe.
But why?
They've been announced. Well, who owns Rolly now?
Don't know. Probably Viltrox. It's the way of getting around. It's the way of getting around the lawsuit that just changed the name of the lenses.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't that what's going on at the moment? They're getting sued.
They are.
You can't sue us because the name keeps changing on the lenses every 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
We missed this one, Greg. We missed this one. I'm not even going to say it.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
the
deal
surf
with this?
lifesaving? The surf lifesavers want it. Yeah.
No, it's just that they just came out with a color version of an existing lens.
I see that. I'm wondering why.
No, I know. I don't know why they went those colors, but there's something very compelling about it.
You like it?
Yeah, Kodak color. Yeah, I kind of do. Like if that was that's an X mount.
I guess it is.
So I can drop that on. I'm not saying it's beautiful.
Interesting.
Fun.
So what can you put this on? What's it for? Oh, you can put it on an X mount.
Yeah, I think it's X mount.
Oh my gosh! So you could
It's
get
only
that for your camera.
$200. Yeah,
you're thinking about it, aren't you?
I am. It's only $200.
Just as a colourful accessory.
Just why not? But I have just ordered a new Fujifilm Pro grade lens. So
did you?
That will have to wait. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did test out the TT Artisan 35 1.8 for Fuji. When I got the Fuji, I got access to a few to test for free, and I gave them back. I could have them for free. I could have them for free, and I gave them back. I just couldn't get I couldn't get a single photo in focus.
Were you able to access this amazing color though?
That's the thing. That's probably where I went wrong. But I can't swim very well, so I'm not going to be down the beaches and using it as like a flotation device that people can find me easily in the surf. So it's okay, Yeah. Does it come in a McDonald's Happy Meal? Exactly, John.
I think that would be a great marketing.
Just needs a little Ronald McDonald picture on the side.
Yeah,
it really does.
Tasting the hamburger.
Or a little dispose of thoughtfully thing that they put on everything for like 50 years.
They should come
a
out with
picture of Ronald
a
McDonald throwing
purple and
rubbish in the
black
bin.
They need a purple and black one. They need every McDonald's character color, and you got to collect the set. Just like you do with the Happy Meals.
Late last year, someone brought that 200 mil. Was it? No, someone brought out like a bright purple lens, and it just got canned. No one bought it. I think it was late last year. It was. I think
a few funny colors. Yeah, Cerui, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. They did the 200.
I saw that.
They did one in that blue, and no one liked it.
I kind of liked it, to be honest. I actually kind of liked it.
If it's a couple $100, it'd be fun. It'd be like, why not?
But it's something different. I mean, we're kind of tired of black or black and silver, as the case is if you're Fuji. It's kind of a bit dull.
I mean, so Lucinda says they're trying to appeal to all the charmerer blind box people. That would actually be more fun if it was a cheap lens and it literally was a blind box and they had like 7 different colorways that you may or may not get, different combos of the ring and the thing. That would be pretty crazy, especially if it was just limited edition. Once they sell out, they're gone.
Well, I really like what Nikon do with their ZF and ZFC with all the different colored versions with the colored leather. And if you've got the orange ZF with this lens or the ZFC with this lens, that'd be kind of cool. You're kind of matching your lens to your body color.
Yeah.
Tony says you won't lose it or use it.
Yeah, that's true.
Tony's probably. I finally got Greg. I got to have a hang on. I got to have a drive. So Tony's got one of those
Racing sims.
sim racing machines things that he set up in his shed. I got to have a drive of it on Sunday. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the feedback through the wheel and stuff, and how hard, it was very difficult. I was very. I crashed.
I'm proud of you.
It was fun.
I'm proud of you.
Was that Mario Kart?
That's what I said. I said, "Can we load Mario Kart up on this thing?" And he's like, "No, no,
might have a chance.
we're gonna do Bathurst in an Audi." And I was like, "Okay." And the first corner,
No pressure.
yeah,
No pressure.
oh yeah, we had a good time.
All right.
We'll quickly get through the rest of it, and then I'll come back to a question. Yeah.
All right. Let me just quickly reel off the rest of the lens news. I mentioned the rollies. There's been a leak, a first leak picture of a new Nikon Z 120-300 2.8 lens. Apparently, it's a beast. It's huge. Laura have just announced a new 90mm f2.8 2x ultra macro for Micro Four Thirds, and I think also for Sony. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure for Sony as well. And yes, despite the Nikon lawsuit, Viltrox has come out to say that it isn't changing anything with its product roadmap. It is forging ahead.
Yeah.
So
we're just renaming them all Rolly.
yeah,
Confidence.
Yeah. And then there's some news items that you've dropped.
Yeah, the only one that we probably need to talk about is the one that I think we missed a little while ago. Was that Await digital camera?
Oh yeah.
Did you see this, Glynn?
What is it? Sorry.
It's called the Await digital camera. It's another one of these little cameras where you sort of have a limited number of shots and things. But the difference with this one, basically, you get 24 shots per roll, and then there's no rear screen to preview the images. The idea is to shoot the old school way, blah, 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 which we've seen a fair bit of that. But it's got a dedicated app and print processing follow through. So you get your 24 shot roll of film mailed to you on 6x4s.
So there's no way of downloading the photos on your computer at all?
Yeah, well, through an app, yes. You get it.
That'd
you
be
get
bad.
it.
Yeah, that ruins it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
If you had no access to seeing your photos, you couldn't download them, you couldn't upload them to social media, all you could do is shoot and print, that would be awesome.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I think, that's
How
a
many
cool
people
idea,
are just
but
download them and off. That's it. Yeah.
So basically you can go through and you can select to include or remove any shots from your roll that you want printed.
Yeah.
But I believe the price, no matter what, it's a price per roll. So if out of the 24, you're like, I only want 22 of them because 2 of them were dick pics, you'll still pay the same price per roll to get that printed, those 22 shots. Because I think, I guess they want to avoid people picking and choosing, all the different shots, because that's kind of not the point of it. The point of it's supposed to be, every shot should be a memory of some sort or whatever. So I do like your idea. I wonder if it would actually be cool if they just had a setting for that. Send me everything. I never want to see it. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah. It'd be bold. It'd be a bold move to do. But
it would be a bold move.
Yeah.
But it's pretty small.
I do like these companies are thinking outside of the traditional box. They're coming up with unique solutions to make image making appealing to different audiences, and that can only be good.
Yep.
Even if it is short lived.
Well, I use a little Clickster brand, digital disposable, no screen, but built-in memory cards. But you same thing. You go around, you just shoot with no knowledge of what you're even your framing's off because the viewfinder's not particularly good for actual accuracy. But it's kind of fun if you're just out there, you had a picnic with family and you just want to snap away. It's great. And kind of I like the aesthetic and I like the joy of pulling it out the pocket. It's kind of nice. Even though I've got other cameras I can shoot with, that still comes out. Yeah,
no, it's fun. I like it.
But I like the idea of an easy way to get the prints back without doing anything. That's actually something I would really enjoy if there was some way that I just took the photos and then they just arrived next week. Yeah, and it's just done. Instead of having
Hipstermatic used to do something like that with their phone app, and it was literally it's a roll of 24. and you couldn't. So you take the photos, but you can't see the photos at all, and you can't get the film developed until you finished all 24. And then you had a choice. You could just hit print, and Hipstamatic would print and send it to you, or you could hit ability to download, but it would take like a day. You wouldn't be able to download the photos for like a day after you finished your roll of 24, so you still had to wait. I finished my roll of film, but I've still got that delayed gratification, and that always appealed to me as well. I thought that was pretty clever, and you get to choose different films to go into the app, so different effects. It was pretty clever.
That's cool.
That's clever.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Delayed gratification is good.
Yes, I agree.
As I tell my wife. Yeah.
The only other stuff I had in here, we won't worry about too much of it, other than Netflix is getting ready to roll out vertical videos. That made me want to throw up.
Oh my God.
Zuckerberg says smart glasses are the future now. I agree. Meta is going to trial premium subscriptions for Instagram and Facebook. That's interesting. It depends on what the benefit's going to be. But I love YouTube ad free. It's so weird when I see someone's YouTube and I'm like, oh, you have to see KFC ads all the time.
Every 13 minutes. Yeah.
There's no ads on it other than the only ads I believe are if people are sponsoring content somehow to get their video in your feed or something like that. But other than that, you're not seeing stuff from random car ads or anything. So so if they went that way, that would be a big, huge change in the way everything works, and it would be interesting to see what the uptake would be. But I don't reckon it's going to be an ad-free experience. I think it'll be something. They talked about AI features and stuff like that. It's like that's not.
Well, I mean, they said that all of those streaming services would be ad-free when we first subscribed.
Yeah,
and they're all full of ads now.
Netflix is still ad-free.
It depends on the plan you're on. If you're on the cheap plan, it's not. You got to pay the premium plan. In my sports app, I love football, Australian rules football. It's $41 a month or something, plus ads included. Still, $40 a month for
ads as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I know, for $41 a month.
That's interesting?
It sucks. So I only subscribe during the season, and as soon as the season's over, it's delete. Yeah. And then they come back to you and say, "Oh, we'll give you 3 months half price." So you kind of the 6 months you have it, 3 of it's half price. So it kind of ameliorates out the cost a bit, but it's still outrageous.
And I think that's basically it. That's all I had.
Yeah, I think the rest we can park for now.
I'll bring this question up. Actually, we'll go to the.
Does you have an advert you've got to do? Where's your advert?
Oh, yeah.
Thank God I'm here.
Someone's got to remember.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, 1 second, and then I've got a question that we can talk about, and then we'll get into Glenn. Where are we? Window. This one. Here is the ad. Check this bad boy out. Happy customer sent us a picture of their Deluxe 45 leather rolled edge camera strap on their nice Hasselblad X2D. Is it an X2D or an X2D2? I don't know. Either way, it looks fancy.
I think it's an expensive. Actually, I think you'll find that one.
Expensive. Hasselblad expensive.
It's French.
It looks very nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
What a good combo.
Strap's nice too,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Anyway, that's the ad. If you would like your own Lucky camera strap, head to luckystraps.com and use code Greg.
Terms and conditions apply. Hasselblad not included.
Yeah, definitely. No Hasselblad included. Okay. Now, that's quite, So the only way to watch F1
What's in the box?
plan with ads. And look, there was ads included in that too. Ads included in our show. Ads are everywhere. Okay, Glenn, I want you
this is a Japanese Tamron ad. So
nice.
I'm pimping out the brand,
Nice.
Well done. You got to do the thing. Here we go. This is a little bit of a right down up Glenn's alley. Jason Rogers Photography. What would be your 2 lenses when traveling overseas? America trip coming up in April. 28-day road trip.
I think it's pretty simple. The 9mm and the AK-47. That's pretty much all you need. Okay. You'll fit right in.
Yeah. If you plan, depends on how much shooting you plan on doing while you're over there, Jason.
Exactly. Don't use the word shooting. I did a project where I was photographing the survivors of D-Day from the British Army that lived in Australia. And I learned very quickly, you don't walk up to them and say, "Hi, I'm here to shoot you." It doesn't go down well. Or they comment on the amount of gear you've got and you say, "Yeah, enough stuff to sink a battleship." Oh, no, you couldn't. I learned these things very quickly. Thank God Glenn's here. Oh, that's because of the advert reminder. I thought Lane actually liked me for a minute there, but no, it's all about
She
you.
does. She
hasn't met me though, so yeah, properly. Yeah, no one ever has. I would go. And now it depends if you're doing urban or if you're doing rural. Are you going Yosemite? Or are you doing the parks? Are you doing if you're doing downtown New York and going to Disney and stuff like that? I don't think you can ever go. I don't believe I'm saying this, but I don't believe you can ever go too far wrong with the 24-70 and the 70-200. Having said that, I've taken about 4 photos in the last decade with the 24-70. I hate the focal length with a passion. So I would prefer something much wider, like a 15-30, a 16-35, something like that. But it does depend on what you want to shoot. If you go, I think if you're doing landscapes, you can't not take a 70-200. The ability to isolate locations, small parts of a scene where that little bit of light is just perfect is such an underutilized landscape lens. And of course, in the uber wide for all the vistas, that would make sense as well. And it depends on the camera you're using too. So I've just changed over to Sony and shooting with the Sony A7RV, which is a 60 megapixel camera, but I have it set up with a hot button so I can change from full frame to APS-C. So my 35-150 Tamron can be 35-150 or can go to 225 effective on APS-C. So it's kind of nice to have that little bit of extra built-in ability to see differently. So that's kind of a nice little feature to do, and that's something the Fujis do with the XE5s. You can press the button, it goes from a 40 to like a 26 megapixel, and your 35mm lens becomes like a 55mm lens. So that versatility is kind of handy when you're traveling and you don't want to carry too much gear. Having the ability to switch that way is kind of nice. It gives you kind of 4 lenses instead of 2. So that's something to think about too, maybe. I would say as a general carry around, a 24-70 and a 70-200 is hard to beat. It's boring, but it's going to get you 90% of your shots.
I would have to agree.
Shit.
I did 3 months in the States with just the Q3, so just the 28mm. I with you, I really love compression of a longer length lens for landscapes and stuff like that, because I'm a pretty bad landscape photographer. So
same.
When I cruise around New Zealand, most of the stuff that I shot was with the 70-200 f4. And a nice light, like not a big heavy, but something light that you can walk around with. And that's so I would be similar, but I like to have a lightweight prime or something, especially for walking around cities, and I like to be able to have it be part of my holiday, not be like, okay, I'm lugging my camera gear out. I'm just like, oh, we're going for a walk to a coffee shop, I'll bring my camera. I always like to bring something light for that as well. But so it sounds like
I can't do it personally. I can't compromise the potential shots by only having one lens. I understand all this stuff. I know all this stuff about, what's the thing they say about if you restrict what you use, it expands your creativity? Bullshit. It means you miss a shit ton of shots. It means you miss a shit ton of opportunities. It means you're compromising your art, and you're compromising how your photos could have been to be a smart ass with one lens and look what I can do.
Yeah, that was basically it. That's what I did for 3 months.
Pretty much it, yeah.
That was my last trip to Japan, but you're right. Every shot was shit.
That's your choice. Every shot's a compromise.
Exactly.
Every shot is a compromise versus I have full flexibility to shoot anything my vision. And if you do not know what you're going to face, how can you know? I mean, I shoot portraits at 600mm all the time. I shoot portraits of 15mm all the time. If I carried a nifty 50, I'd be not good. Yeah, but that's the way I see the world, and
Yeah.
I'm like most males. I have an opinion, and I'm more than happy to share it. But I find that's a terrible compromise to the art you could shoot. But I also understand why people do it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite in the sense that it.
Yeah, you're wrong though.
It depends on the situation. But it even when I was shooting weddings, I started off and I wanted to be able to shoot everything. But the best images I got, I think, were often when I limited myself to only shooting with one prime for the day. It forced creativity. And maybe the problem is, I think this is it. My brain is powerful enough to be creative with one fixed focal length, whereas somehow yours has expanded to all of the focal lengths at a time. See, it just means your brain.
I
your
see
brain
the world
operates
through focal lengths. I consider myself much more like a golfer, like a pro golfer who knows how every single club goes to the exact yard.
Yeah.
And I see the world through very, very fixed. And I can look at any. This is how I get to shoot in. By the way, I emailed you the toilet block shot behind the scenes, just in case. Just then, while people talk, because people mention it all the time, and it's hard to understand what we're doing. But this is how I can see photos where there are no photos to take. I can capture photographs that in locations that are uninhabitable to take a decent photo. You can take a photos because I see the world through. It's not just about. So to me, a 200mm lens is not really about compression. It's about minimal angle of view. It's all about angles of view. Yes, compression, but realistically, I can eliminate X amount of the world, or I can include X amount of the world.
It's exactly that. It's isolating down to something interesting that I've seen that's at a distance, and being like, I
predominantly shoot people, of course. So to me, the person can be any size because I can move forwards and backwards. I become the zoom, but it's really about how much of the world I include behind them. It's isolating the world that they live in. Versus if I had to shoot with the 35mm lens because that's all I had on me, I'm forced to put them in the world that's actually there rather than the world that I want, if that makes sense. With a 600mm lens, I can eliminate 90% of the world, and I have a fabulous backdrop everywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. So but that's just the way I shoot. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just my heavily forced opinion. Yeah.
So. Just to follow up, we'll put a cap on this, and there's a few comments in here. We'll flip through. Jason says, so my 18 to 270 and 70 to 200 Tamron lens would do, but then later on says maybe I need to bring my 35mm prime. If it was me, I don't know what your 18 to 270 is, but I would probably bring the 18 to 270 and your 35 and maybe leave the heavier 70-200 at home.
Absolutely no need to take the 70 to 200. Yeah,
that's what I think. So run a bit lighter. You've got the 35 for when it's darker or whatever, and then unless there are some images you have in your head you can only achieve with that 70 to 200 2.8, use the 18 to 270 and just enjoy the freedom of all that range. You know.
Yeah. When I go out with the kids, I used to only use my 28 to 300 Tamron. Just family stuff because it's got all the range, one lens.
It covers everything.
It's fabulous. But if you are shooting some nighttime city stuff, maybe a 35-1.8 is going to be pretty handy. Or I personally, I prefer a 20mm 2.8. Yeah, I like wide. You know, if I'm doing New York, I want a bit more New York than 35 is going to give me. But that's just again me. But if you've got an all-in-one like an 18 to 270, now admittedly it's not going to be the same level of quality as a pro lens, but if I had the choice of compromising to a single fixed prime or an 18 to 270, I would compromise to the 18 to 270. I actually did an entire Vietnam tour with a 28 to 300 just to say it's a one lens trip. And is the quality quite as good? No, it's 5% off maybe, but did I get 90% of the shots I would have normally?
So, I like this one. Rick's coming back at it. Bring one lens and miss some shots due to wrong focal length, or bring all the lenses and miss the shots due to choice paralysis.
It's no choice paralysis. You make decisions fast. Always two bodies out, 15 to 30 on one side, 70 to 200 on the other. I'm usually shooting 15 or 200. No choice paralysis. Make good choices. Work fast. Learn how to change lenses fast. Learn how to get your camera lens out of your bag fast. Like as a professional travel photographer, absolutely, you're always going to miss shots because shit happens fast sometimes. Yeah. And we can talk when we actually start talking about travel. I have one set of settings I use for 90% of my entire trip. I don't change settings for 90% of every tour. I have the same 2 settings. That's it. One aperture, one shutter speed. But so I never miss shots thinking about aperture or shutter speed. And having 2 cameras out, I pretty much never miss shots because I don't have the right focal length ready. So I am ready all the time. But I see all the time people are slow to change settings. People are slow to change lenses. They're sitting there putting the rear lens caps on and they're taking and it takes them 5 minutes to change a lens. Well, be better. That's fine when you're strolling down the street and you've got plenty of time. But if you're in an active environment where lots of stuff's happening, it's got to be this. And then maybe it is, well, this is happening so fast, I'll just have to shoot with what's on the camera. And that's the compromise you have to live with. And then the compromise is no shot or the shot with the lens I've got.
Yeah.
Versus this, I can create more from this shot by having the right lens by working faster.
Yeah.
Or understanding how to see better. And that's all experience and time and so on. But it is the way. But as I said, I have a very particular way of doing things. As I said, I really think of myself as a golfer when it comes to lenses, is how that we use them in very, very specific ways. And remembering, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. So when I started out, the only good lenses were prime lenses. So you did carry 8 lenses with you. And you'd really use them like golf clubs. You'd pull them out for very specific shots, like a golf shot or a photo shot. So you got very quickly adapted seeing the world through those focal lengths. And as zoom lenses got better and better, then you could reduce the amount of stuff in your bag to the point where 95% of my shots are taken with 2 lenses. But maybe that's just you fall into bad habits and you just shoot the same way every time as well, and your photos are boring because of it. Yeah, there's maybe that too. There's an argument to be said for that, for sure, that my photos are boring because I do the same thing over and over again.
I think once you find what you like and what you enjoy and what works, I think that's part of developing your own style.
Yeah, I think style is another word for stagnation. If you have a style, you're not developing. I'll tell you, I'm very opinionated. If you have a style is great for business. People book you for style. But I'll tell you, you do that style for 10 years and you're bored batshit of it, and you maybe can't grow as a photographer because you've been in that style for so long.
We see that with the musicians that are generally known as sort of being more creative, pushing the envelope a little bit more. You can see through their career the style. Some of them manage to do it sort of slowly and bring everyone along. Other ones, they'll just be like, you know what? I'm doing country music now, and all their fans are like, what? But yeah, they get bored with they don't want to be the same thing.
But here's the thing: if everything you do is different as a musician, and you have fans, your fans are following you because everything you do is different. Whereas if you have a number one, your first song is a number one hit, and it's massive around the world, you have a good chance you'll be a one-hit wonder because all they want is that over and over again.
Yeah, and then you bring out another album of those songs, and they're like, they're not as good as the first one. Yeah,
there's a great song called Box Set by the band Bare Naked Ladies from Canada, and it was actually on their first album, and it was all bemoaning the success of if they had a number one hit single, and this is before they were anybody. They wrote this song, and then years later, like 15 years later, they had a one hit single, and it destroyed the band because that's all anyone wanted anymore. Even though they had 15 years of music out there, what they became known for was the overnight hit sensation. So it's a great song just to talk about how the industry works as well. It's very funny. So
crazy. Now that we're into the Glynn Lavender section, a little bit of a layup for you here, Glynn. Lisa Leach, good to see you, Lisa, says, hi, Glynn. When does your India September 2027 workshop open for bookings?
Well, now the damn kids are almost back at school, I can actually start doing some work. And I've got a meeting with my ground crew next week just to finalise stuff. So hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be up and launched, which would be good. So nice to tick that one off and get on to the next thing.
Nice.
So that'd be
What are your bigger trips looking like for this year and next year? And are they all, so is like for you, I know you do lots of smaller workshops that you pop up through the year and things when you can schedule them in, but your big trips, are they all booked out? 2026 is all booked out and done?
2026 is full. The first part of September 2027 is the next bookings, next openings. Yeah.
Really?
Wow. And except for workshops that I do, these days I mostly do workshops in Melbourne, but I used to do workshops all over Australia, I used to do workshops around America. But I've sort of kids, and I'm the home dad, so my wife has an actual career that actually pays money, and
same here.
Yeah. So I'm the home dad. I do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the gardening, which is why the garden's full of weeds.
Am I supposed to be doing that too?
Food poisoning. Yeah, I do it all. Shit. The kids have got food poisoning, and the garden's overgrown. No, but I do all the stuff. My wife comes home. All she has to do is put on her pajamas and put her feet up and relax, and I do everything else. So life has become, since having kids, and that's probably going to change as they get to a certain age. But my eldest has autism, and so that has its own limitations about sometimes you need to be a little bit more present. So I can't. I used to do over 100 workshops a year, and now I'm down to 10, 15 maybe. So it's a vast change in life. About 120 workshops a year, I think, was my maximum. And then I only do 2 to 3 tours a year. That's away for 2 to 2.5 weeks at a time. The rest of the time I'm there for the family. So
nice.
Which is great because I love that. I mean, my love language is helping and sharing and giving and that sort of stuff. So being able to do that for your kids is pretty cool. I'm very fortunate. Yeah.
Well said, indeed.
Yeah, but as I said, hopefully a couple of weeks' time, it's going to be a cracking tour. A lot of rural India, a lot of out in small villages, spending time with families, photographing them, crafting beautiful shots. I really don't shoot people, so that's all. That's why India draws me all the time, as well as the people are fabulous to look at. They photograph well, and they're usually very welcoming to you, which is always kind of nice. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been watching some POV footage of street photographers in India.
Yeah.
Just cruising around. Even in some of the popular places, like which I assume it's a popular place for street photography, Varanasi. I've heard you talk about.
Yeah, that's the number one. Yeah.
The number one spot. But it's still. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because no one seems to be bothered by it. It seems very.
If you live in a country of 1.4 billion people, personal private space, it becomes a very different experience.
Yeah.
So what we understand as boundaries don't really exist. There's a couple of things. Varanasi is a little bit different because it's becoming, to some degree, a pay-to-play environment. So if you want to photograph the holy men, the Babas, usually it's a bit of bakshish to come over. And some of the guys there are dressed up models as opposed to actual holy men, and it's their job there to walk up and down and get foreigners to take their photos for money. So that's not a particularly fabulous experience, and you'll see a lot of the same people in the same photos as you look around. However, there are many genuine travelers there, as in holy men traveling, and when you donate some money to them, then it is going to either feeding them, allowing them to continue the journey, or they have a small commune and it feeds the commune. So it's a very different experience than just give me some money for my photo. In places like Varanasi, I will pay some people to take some photographs because like I would a model here, because that part of the tour can become a bit of education as opposed to just shooting. So most of the tour is shooting what happens, but sometimes nothing's happening, so you have to make it happen. And sometimes there's an opportunity to craft something beautiful, but it requires someone, especially if you've got 8 people who want to shoot, it requires that person to be with you for a little bit of time and be understanding. So if I'm going to ask someone to be with me for half an hour, I'm happy to give them a little bit of money to say thank you. But it's always not walk up, can we take your photo, stand there, look there, and everyone starts shooting. It's talk to them, find out their name, find out where they're coming from. Do they live around here? Is this a community? learn something. So when you look at the photograph, it's not just a cold, soulless experience like Mr. Wu, the cormorant fisherman in China, who's standing there holding his lantern with his hat on and the cormorant with his wings out and the yellow mountains in the background. And there's 15 Mr. Woos lined up all the way down the beach, down the riverbank, and you can choose your Mr. Woo of choice for $40. You look at that photo and it's soulless and means nothing. But people will espouse, say, "Oh yes, Mr. Woo's just come back. He's a 5th generation cormorant fisherman. He's just come back from being out on the water, and we managed to catch him." No, it's not. It's all pay to play. So that's something we kind of want to be a little bit careful about, and not trying to create those kind of environments. But every single morning, I get blessings from holy men from Varanasi who we've shared WhatsApp numbers with, and they send me photos of their families, and I've got snake charmers from Pushkar who send me photos of their kids and stuff, birthday parties. We want to make a connection with the humans we're with, because then when we look at the photos, it feels better. It means more, and there's a better recollection. We don't want to look at our photos and go, "Oh, yeah, he cost 500 shekels." What's the point of that? That's not travel photography. That's I don't know what it is, but so there's got to be some soul. Because I say in my talks that my photos are time machines. When you look at your photo, it takes you back to the moment, the sounds, the smells, the people you're with. It all comes back when you look at the photo. So you want that recollection to be a positive, enjoyable, joyful thing, not a soulless, horrible, crappy thing. That's Jason just asked, do I get nervous asking strangers to shoot them? Absolutely. I've been doing this for 40 years. Every single person I walk up to is hard to do. But I have a couple of tips, a couple of tricks. If you walk along with a stupid smile on your face and try and get eye contact with people, and they look at you and smile at you, you've made a connection. If you give a bit of a wave at the same time and the wave back, you've got a bit more connection, and then you've got a little bit of an opening. You can say hello and see how they respond. It's really, really good to be a people watcher, to understand people's body language. If you see someone hurrying down the street, you're not going to try and stop them to take their photo because they're in a hurry to get somewhere. If you see someone wandering around, just kind of glancing around, or they're leaning on a pole, they're not doing nothing. Engage those people, talk to those people. And the worst someone can say is no. And as I always say, and people find this hard to believe, when I was a teenager, I wasn't that attractive, not like I am now. And I would go to a blue light disco, which, for anyone who doesn't know what that is an underage disco. And this was the 70s and early 80s, so discos were still a thing. And you'd go in there and you'd see a group of girls, and you walk up to one and say, "You want to dance?" And it's no. "Do you want to dance?" "No." "Do you want to dance?" "No." If you ask enough girls, one girl eventually is going to say, "Yeah, I'll dance with you." Your night is made. You walk down the street and ask 10 people to take their photo, and 2 or 3 of them say yes. How many great photos do you need? You've got some opportunities. You've got some chance. And it's not just the photo. The photo is almost secondary. You've now got a chance to talk to someone, ask them about the environment, talk about where they live. Have they traveled here? Especially a place like Varanasi, people, they flock there for religious purposes to wash away their sins in Mother Ganga. So they're excited to be there. It's like a vacation for them. So they're happy. And if they're happy, it's really good, easy to engage them. Jason says he'd love to try that in America. Absolutely, because at least so says don't. Americans as individuals are fabulous people. It's the overall can be, but I've done hundreds of workshops in America. I've got many American customers I absolutely love to pieces. Like anywhere, there's a few prats, but you walk along and go, and I guarantee you, there's still a love in America of Australians and Australian accents. So you say g'day. Hello, put another shrimp on the barb, eh? Straight away, you've made a connection with people. People will gravitate to you. It can be just as joyous an experience. There's an old homeless man who lives in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, who he is a ex-Vietnam vet. He was an ex-heroin addict. He was living on the streets. The first time I was leading a photo walk through town, and the first time, and I saw him, he had this fabulous face. Now, I don't normally approach homeless people to take their photos, but he had this gorgeous face. And the first connection was talking to the guy, not can I take your photo, not sneaky with the 200mm lens. It's walking up and saying g'day. And after a few minutes talking, my God, he's from Vietnam, and he had lots of Aussie mates that were in Vietnam with him, and we had a connection. We talked, and then I took photos of him, and we all had a laugh. I gave him a bit of a hug, and then next time I was in Bethlehem doing the same thing, I heard my name being yelled out, and there's John, this guy's running down the street waving, do you want to take my photo again? You know, someone had treated him like a human and had a great experience with him and captured some cool photos. But, you know, it's engage people as humans first, photography second. And even if they say no, you've had a good experience. Even without the photo. So that's a pretty good approach, I reckon. But it's never easy because we're shy people usually. We're behind the camera for a reason a lot of the time.
That's right.
Yep, very true.
That is right. Okay. That was my phone. It's connected to the Bluetooth, but now it's making other noises. I don't like it.
That was your 1 hour and 30-minute reminder.
I know.
You forgot I talk a lot though.
The show is almost done. We need to get to the Your Images section because this is the most images we've ever had.
No, we've got to talk Indian food first.
That's what I was going to say. But we also, and anything else that you want to chat about specifically, Glynn, about stuff you've got going on. Workshops, anything like that.
Thanks, Lisa. I've got my next India tour launching in a couple of weeks. If anyone's interested in coming to India with me and with Cam Blake, funnily enough. So, me and him are mashing together for that. So it'll be two egos on tour. Be fabulous. And I've got the next couple of I'm off to Bangladesh in a couple of weeks. So follow my Facebook or Instagram if you want to see some images from there. We're going to photograph some otter fishermen, which I've never seen photos taken of before. These guys who use otters to round up fish into their nets for them. So it's kind of a cool. They don't fish for otters, thankfully. I was going
to say for a second there, I was like, I don't know about that, Glynn.
Tastes like owl.
Tastes like owl.
Just like owl.
So it's like the cormorant fishermen in Japan, but they use otters to do it. So I've never seen any photos done of these guys. So it'll be kind of an experience.
Yeah.
One of the great things about going to Bangladesh is there's a lot of places you go that have never seen a Westerner before. So you're the first Westerner, so you've got to be on your best behaviour for once because you're setting an example for a fair part of the population of the planet. But that experience.
Oh
again,
no!
Well, I know, right? That's what she said. But when you make a connection when you go to places like that, it's so easy to connect with people because they're as interested in you as you are in them, and that's one of the big things of why I love to travel. I don't want to go to places where people don't want to see me. And places like Vietnam, as much as I like it, in the towns in Vietnam, they're so sick to death of having cameras shoved in their face 400 times every day that you're not going to get much of an experience with a lot of the people selling on the fruit and veg on the streets and whatever. So going to places where people are very curious about you is a great start for good photos. And I'll be doing another tour to Bangladesh next November, I think. So keep in touch with that one too if anyone wants to come along. So, and of my workshops, I've got a flash workshop on February 21st coming up, in fact. So if anyone wants to completely change their world, flash is my favorite tool. Given the choice, I would use flash in every single photo I ever took. And I'm not to blow my own horn, I'm a master of natural light. I live and breathe natural light, but I prefer flash every single time because I'm a bit melodramatic and I can create more dramatic photos with flash. And I'm a bit of a control freak. I want the light where I want it, with the intensity that I want it, with the color that I want it, and I want to be able to control ambience the way I want to, which you can't do with natural light quite so easy.
Yep.
Wow.
Very cool.
So you every lens, all the light, control everything.
Yeah. Control freak. Yeah. And some people say control freak like it's a bad thing.
Well, not for a photographer, no.
But not for someone. But for someone who leads tours, being on control of every single nuance of every single aspect of tour, it's actually a good thing to be a control freak. To always be a tour leader is like a duck, like most photographers, working photographers are ducks. They calm on the surface, paddling like crazy underneath because everything's going wrong. But that's having all those things working in your brain at one time is actually kind of a good thing in that kind of environments, especially places like Bangladesh and India where stuff can go wrong. Speaking of one more thing I could pimp out there, may or may not, I'm hoping it's going to happen, but I might be doing an Africa trip August, September next year. But Africa trip with a difference. We're going into working with some conservation people who are using infrared drones at night to track elephants moving through farmland and damaging crops and stuff, and working on ways of mitigating human-animal encounters. So I'll be working with those people, going to the Rhino Conservancy where they're breeding rhinos, all this kind of. So quite a different experience than big lens, shoot a lion sitting down kind of experience.
Yeah,
it's usually better than that.
Sitting down specifically.
It could be laying down.
Yeah, well.
But that'd be to Tanzania, and so I'm just working through the details on that. So.
Wow. So have you done Africa before?
Yeah, so I've done Tanzania before. Yeah,
Tanzania, but as a more traditional one, or more like this, where it's a little bit weird.
As pointed big lens at animals, lion sitting in a tree, take 4,000 photos. Or there's a lion laying on the ground, take 3,000 photos. There's a lion walking past, take another 2,000 photos. Is it that you're not so excited about, where it's not. There's a lot of waiting around. You don't have a ton of control, because is it that like you like to be able to move to be more dynamic? I think I get the experience, and it's not anywhere near as static as that, but it's like all the drivers are in touch with each other from all operations, and if something's happening, 30 vehicles descend on this one pride of lines. And then all of a sudden you've got vehicles behind your subjects, and I don't know, your vehicle, or you say you've got two vehicles wandering along by yourself, exploring and finding stuff, really kind of cool. Your vehicle wandering along trying to catch up with the other 20 vehicles that are already there, a little less organic. And maybe there's a lot to be said for self-drive. I know you can do that certainly in Kruger in South Africa, a little bit of self-drive tours where you just literally wander around and see what you find. You might not get some of the cool stuff that these guides are tapped into, but maybe your experience may be a little more authentic, I don't know.
Feels a bit more natural.
Yeah, it's just, but that's my sensibilities. Look at it on the reverse side of things. You're guaranteed to get shots, because everyone's tapped in. You're not going to be, especially if you're going for like the wildebeest crossing the rivers, through the migrations. Somebody spots something happening, bang, you're going to be there. You're not going to miss it. So there's a lot to be said for being in the right place. That's the problem with a lot of travel. It's that balance between trying to make something authentic and guaranteeing to get some great shots. And that's the same with my tours. When we set up a photo versus allow things to happen, the organic versus you've got to try and strike a balance between those two, because if it's all only one thing, it's not as again, you look back at the photos, as your first thought, oh, look at that animal, or I couldn't get the damn car out of the way. I don't know, but I overthink everything. So don't take my my word on things.
No, it's a good perspective, and I think it's still one of those things. I'll still want to do it one day when I've got the money to go over there. And when you go, for me, it's probably going to be more about seeing the animals than getting great photos, probably. But I'll still try and do it in a photo kind of way. But
of course, because that's what we do.
But it's I think I'm not going to be going over thinking I'm going to make the world's greatest safari images on one quick trip. Compared to people that live there.
Go look at David Duchemin's photos of elephants, and you won't bother trying.
That's right.
There's a lady called Piper Mackay who does just remarkable shots in Africa. And it's like, well, I don't have those skills. I don't have the time to invest. And many of these guys invest a long time to get a couple of shots. We're there for 10 days to get 10,000 shots.
Exactly.
We will have limitations and all those things. It's all about setting realistic expectations. And the big thing, and I'll say this also for Jason, who was about America before. And I'll say this to everyone who travels with me: try not to have any preconceived ideas of the photos you're going to take. The less you can think about the photos you're going to take, the more you'll be open to seeing what actually is there to shoot. The more you go out looking for a particular type of shot, you're going to walk past 10 great opportunities and may not find that opportunity that you were looking for. And that's especially true in places like India, where everything is so dynamic. But if you're looking for one specific thing, you might miss 1,000 great photos that weren't the photos you intended to take, but were a far better recreation of what you actually experienced. So try and not think too much ahead. Obviously, plan locations, look at a few photos, but don't worry too much about angles and all the minutiae of details. So you are open to actually looking, to actually seeing, and that's how you get photos that are uniquely yours. Is if you uniquely shoot the things that uniquely happen uniquely in front of you.
And there's a lot to be said for trusting your skill set too, that when that shot does come up, you'll know how to take it. You don't have to stress about it as much in the lead up.
And be prepared to know you're going to lose a lot of shots. You're not going to get every photo, and that's okay. And again, in a place like India, there's a million opportunities. You go to America, there's maybe, if you want to shoot some people on the streets, there's less opportunities. If I wanted to walk down the streets of Melbourne to photograph it, there's less opportunities where people would be open to me photographing them versus a place like India or even Africa or Vietnam or Myanmar or anywhere you travel to. There's more opportunities for interaction for those sort of photos. So setting realistic expectations is really important. But if you're in a place where there's a million opportunities, doesn't matter if you lose 100. Doesn't matter if you miss the first 100. Just keep persevering. How many good photos do you need?
Just one.
My goal per year is 6 to 10 photos that I love, and I rarely get there. I rarely get 6 to 10. And as is always the case as a photographer, the 6 to 10 photos that I love, no one else likes. They're the ones you put on Facebook. Oh, people are going to go ape for this, and you get crickets. It happens every single time. So what would I know?
I've actually got our first lot of images that we'll look at actually have an interesting question along with them that's kind of on those lines. So
let's bring them up.
Well, do we anything else, Glynn, before we go to we roll?
I'll talk all night long on this stuff, so we just should move on.
All right, let's do the world's fastest what's in the box segment.
Hope. Hope is all that's left in the box.
Will it focus?
It's focused.
What do we got? I had to get one because Greg's got 7, and we're going to have a little competition.
And he wouldn't give you one of his 7.
No, he wouldn't give me one of his. Ooh, I got this one. Hang on. Is it going to... Canon's... Come on. Canon's so good at focusing on my eyes, it just says no. Anyway, it's that one.
Put your hand behind it. Put it in front of your hand. There you go.
Oh, you are good at photography and stuff. Wow. Have you got that one yet, Greg?
I'm not sure because Sasha's bought a few too. So I think we're only missing the. Yeah, she has. Every time a parcel arrives from somewhere, it's like, there's another one on the table.
Thing is so small.
It's so small.
That's what she said.
I walked into that one. Okay.
You did.
Well, now I officially have my little Kodak keyring thingy that I'll
cool.
and then put on the shelf.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. We'll do our challenge. Okay, let's get to the Your Images section. The biggest one ever. Shouldn't skip a week. This is what happens. Okay. First images are from... I'm going to read this email out first, actually. No, I'm not. These are from Dave Digifrog Clark from Tassie. Just a random chat you boys may relate to. I've attached a series of 3 for your listener viewer images. My Canon mirrorless with 24-105 at 6.3 1,000th, taken south of Hobart, base of Mount Wellington.
White balance set to 10,000?
hang on. He goes on to say, hang on. Whenever I get a half-decent shot, particularly when shooting for me, I often stew and procrastinate over which one is the shot. Which to share, print, or display. Doubts arise. I question my first choice. I ask the missus. She says totally different one to the one I was thinking is her favourite, and so it goes on. So much that in the end, I usually just leave them on the hard drive and they never see the light of day. This set is a prime example, taken 12 months ago to the day. I obviously edited them at the time, and for the reasons above, never revisited them, shared them, or printed them. Only come across them today, and my first thought was, why didn't I ever do something with that shot? Does anyone else have this conundrum? These three, for example, same subject, all different. I like each one for different reasons. So we quietly slip into the undecisive and insecure photographer mode, file them, close Lightroom, and then that's the end. Yeah, I don't know. Is this like... Oh, actually, finally, there's a little bit more. Really conscious, as we get older, we need to print more. Seriously, can't imagine our kids are going to ever want to go through our multiple scattered hard drives and Lightroom catalogs when we check out. They may, however, read a coffee table book, flip through an album of granddad's, or stand, I've lost my place. Anyway, you get the picture. Yep. Dave's worried about what are we doing with our photos, and how do we pick which ones are the shot when there's three very similar shots.
But I would just say delete the first two. It's pretty simple, Dave.
I wanted to say 100%. I agree completely. It's how it's interacting.
Show me number 2 again of the big rabbit. Show me the rabbit
okay. I'm glad we're on the same page on this. Where are we? There we go.
That's a rabbit. No one would ever know that's a kangaroo or a wallaby. Show that overseas. Oh, look at that. Nice looking bloody rabbit. Show me number 1. If you're not going to clone out that bit of wheat on his nose, don't bother showing the photo at all, because it looks like it's stuck to his nose. And that is something strange coming. It's like he's got an arrow in his heart.
So not enough arm. When it comes to silhouettes, it's all about the shape of the body and what you can see. Yeah, 100%. This one, as soon as I saw it,
shot.
I was like, this shot is awesome. This is an awesome shot. This is the one.
It's a cracking shot. How many photos do you need, Dave? One great one. That's a great one. Job done. Yep. Toss the others. Delete them off your hard drive. Don't ever look at them again. All killer, no filler.
Isn't it hard though? I guess when you're so in too close or whatever, and you're going back and forth. But as soon as I saw this one, I was like, that's the best shot out of those three. And it's look at it. Look at what's happening. It's there's so much more story to the image. It's perfect.
But what do you think? What do you think when you look at this photograph? What do you put yourself in the animal's place? Do you think, what's he doing? Is he pulling it towards? Is he smelling it?
I thought
there's a story being built, and you can imagine. You almost you're anthropomorphizing. That's an easy word to say, someone. Anthropomorphizing the kangaroo is what it's doing. The other one's a lump or something standing there with an arrow in its heart. There's no story, lump, and great story, great photo, fabulous moment captured. Why should there be any doubt? Be critical, be hypercritical of your stuff, but don't listen to your voice saying you're shit, because you're not shit. All you did is you sketched through the shot until you nailed the decisive moment, the right time to shoot. And Dave, I love you. Just send me your photos and I'll pick the crap out of them for you, and I'll solve all those problems for you.
Yep.
I would. Did I mention I'm opinionated, and I'm happy to share those?
Yeah.
But beautiful, David. Just beautiful.
It sounds like the chat agrees with that choice. Silhouette's stronger, doesn't have the grass growing out of its head.
Perfect, yeah.
3 for me. Roo fiddling with the grass adds interest. Dave's given Bruce Moyle a crisis about his hard drives, but also agrees about number 3. Dave was worried that he looked obese in the other shot. Yeah, potentially. The silhouettes are weird, man. Like silhouettes of people, you notice that really quickly shooting silhouettes that, like, if they're turned the wrong way, you can't use it. You need to be able to see legs, arms. Like otherwise, they're a weird shape and they don't look like a human. A lump, exactly. Yeah. Number three. Yep. Perfect.
Dave, it's YOU_RE on. You're on, not you're on. It's you are on. English lessons too, mate. Come on. Me and Dave go back a long time, by the way, Berbel. So to me and Digifrog. So I love him to pieces, but I love his dog more. He's lovely, Marley.
Right. Let's keep this show rolling. We're going to go to another Dave. David Leparati actually sent these ones in before our last show that we didn't do last week. So they've been waiting for a while on my hard drive. And he says, I thought I might really mix things up with something totally different. These are some of my digital photo art images I produced several years ago. Watercolor of my children when they were young. Zoom in to see the watercolor paper texture. Now, I need to, said here somewhere, each of the painted layers has a mask, which is adjusted to bring the smaller, sharper details into the photo image. Yeah, there's a whole lot of details here. Very, very. Hang on, let me get to it. So, image number 2, Rodeo Rider in oils, canvas texture applied, and then image number 3 is another Rodeo Rider in oils, and then you can see all the different layers that he draws, which I think he said he draws with the Corel Painter digital photo art software, like using a stylus. Where is it? There's so much detail in this info. But yeah, crazy amounts of layering.
Oh, wow. I love the way he does the exploded view.
Yeah,
That itself is an art form.
Yeah, crazy. You should make tutorials for how to do things in Photoshop
Jesus,
or Corel
all that.
Drawer art. It's insane.
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting technique. Taking it from photography to, I mean, I guess a lot of people literally paint their photos as a form of art.
Yep.
I've never tried it. I'm terrible painter. So yeah, unfortunately, David, I still don't quite understand how these were created, even with the exploded view diagrams. But it's very impressive. Well done.
Yeah.
All right, who we got next? Phil Thompson. I'm going in a strange order tonight. I got to try not to miss anyone. Phil Thompson says, I'll say this one first. Firstly, thanks for your wonderful advice regarding the camera strap and the speedy delivery of his camera strap.
Nice.
Anyway, moving on. He was able to capture the Aurora at Torquay and somewhere else I can't pronounce. The
Conowari.
Conowari?
Yeah, it's a like a backwash, like a lake, a salt lake.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Had to right.
Geelong, Barwon Head sort of area, yeah.
Had to contend with clouds and they began to clear progressively. Camera is a Pentax K1 Mark II using the 15 to 30mm lens. Settings were ISO 6400 on all of them, 2.8 on all of them. Shutter speeds 4 and 5 seconds for Conowari and 4 and 6 seconds for the Torquay ones. So you got the Aurora.
Yeah,
it was a big night. Maybe another big night tomorrow night if anyone's thinking of going out to. The forecasts are looking like tomorrow or the day after.
Really?
I think the third largest solar flare power in 10 years or something is launched off the sun. It depends how it all lines up. I don't know much about it. I don't do landscapes, but I did see some info during the day.
Very cool. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Maybe it's finally time. But yeah, these are great. Well done. Good job getting out there. Oh, I like the track in there. Very cool.
Yep.
Nice reflection. Okay. Now, David Mascaro coming in early. I'm actually doing in order of submission tonight, starting with the oldest, working to the newest. Hope you had a good break. Time to get back at it. Here's a slightly different type of street picture. These are more quick grabs, or if it looks like I interacted with someone, maybe a quick may I at most, not whereas he normally sits, sort of chats with people for a bit of time and then takes their portrait. Always hit and miss what people's reactions will be, so I'm always on high alert. These with Nikon film cameras, F6, F2 AS, F3, FM3A, and the classic rangefinder with HP5 film. Welcome back and have a great show. Gosh, you live in a cool place. So many characters. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I think I like that one.
Yeah, I like the guy squatting down in the doorway, I think.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm.
Always very cool. And all on film. I've been shooting some film. It's fun.
Yeah. I've got a new film camera lens for you here.
Yes, you do.
Get it in a couple of days.
Yeah, for my new film camera.
Mm.
Nick Fletcher says, Feck, I checked out for 4 days and Glenn is still banging on.
Well, there's no one here called Glenn, so we're okay.
So, and then he says, when are we getting David M to Australia? I love David's photos. Yeah, his photos are cool. He needs to put together something. He needs a website or somewhere people can go to see all these street photos. Okay. Where's Gareth? Gareth's here somewhere. There he is. I'm hoping to get back in the studio sometime this year. We've been going through some of my old photos to update my website, so I thought I'd send them in for a review. This was my first studio shoot back in 2014. It was with a group of photographers in Paris, and they were very experienced with lighting, which was great because I was and still am clueless with artificial light. Oh, I know someone who could teach you.
Yeah.
His name's Glenn.
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 Glenn
Shot on a Canon. Shot on a Canon 70D with a 7200 f4. Second photo was at Chateau de Vincennes in natural light with the same camera and lens. I'd only been shooting for around a year at the time. Living near Paris was just amazing for photography. The groups, the locations, and the weather all helping to shoot every weekend. The model was a student at the time and now an up-and-coming fashion designer. Very cool. Do you ever go back through your old photos, Glenn?
Nah, fuck it.
Never?
Why bother? Yeah, if there was shit when I saw them the first time, they're still going to be shit.
What about old photos that you liked? Do you ever go back and just look through stuff, or is it?
I don't really look at any of my photos, to be honest, dude.
Nah,
I don't. Only photos of the kids, the family. That's all that matters. The problem is, for the last 20 years, the majority of my photography has been teaching or tours. And so a lot of similarity in the images because I'm teaching the same principles. So there's many variations on the same theme. So that kind of doesn't make you want to go back and look at them. And if I liked it enough then that it stood out, I would be using it in my talks. I'd be using it in my presentations. That kind of stuff. It would still have a little bit of life somewhere, unless it's being replaced by something far better, or slightly better, or marginally better, or less crap, as the case may be. So always looking to improve the images we use to talk about capturing images. But so I don't know. So who are these from? Sorry, this is from David. Did you say?
No, this was, where are we? Gareth.
Gareth. Just go back to the first one, Paul. Because these are the very early ones in his shooting career, and he was shooting with other people, and I feel more okay to actually give critique on the photos, which I didn't do with the previous ones. You might notice for the only time tonight I was quiet.
I did notice. I was like, "Is his microphone broken, or what's happening here?"
So there's lots of to me, this is a good starting image in the shot, and I don't think it's anything to do with his setup. It's how they've been set. The eyes are very dead. There's almost no there's a tiny bit of catch light in the right eye. There's nothing almost on my screen. There might be in real life, I don't know, but it doesn't. I need to see some depth in those eyes. So a little bit more catch light. I don't care about flyaway hairs. They don't worry me. See, so you can see the light's just a little bit too high. Because it's too high, we've got no catch light. She can have the exact same pose, but the light is set too far above her head, so it does two things. It gives her no catch lights properly in the eyes, and then look at the shadow under the chin. It's a very, very strong fall off. The chin becomes foreshortened basically by having no depth underneath it. It's almost truncated. Because shadows falling off as the actual chin's receding. If that light had been brought just ever so slightly forward, we'd have catch lights and just a tiny bit more sort of fall off under the chin, and the shot would have had more depth and a bit more attraction for you to stare at. Hypercritical. I mean, if this is the first time you're doing this stuff, but if more experienced people are setting it up, maybe they're also still learning as well. And here's the thing: so if I was shooting this setup, so if next time Gareth was thinking about it, I would get to take half a step back. I'll get to shoot where she is, maybe half a step forward. I'll get people to move through the light to see just how the different spills are on her face. So if she took half a step back, that light now is further forward. She'd have catch lights and less light under her, or more light under her chin. And you may hate that, but at least you see it. If you want to learn how to light someone, walk them through the light a little bit. Walk them through the arc of light and shadow and see what suits your taste. And we're talking the difference of 6 inches backwards. It's almost like a lean back and forward, but you learn so much about how to light someone just by that slide. And even if you've got like 2 strip boxes set up on the side, get someone to walk through it. And they walk straight the way through, all the way through the lights, even past the lights, to see how the lighting changes on the person, going from full to half lighting to rim lighting. You get to really learn how to light someone by not shooting, camera down, 2 eyes, and just watching them move. So if that's something people are looking at doing, experiment with that. We tend to set something up and shoot 50 shots of the same thing. Whereas we could maybe do half a dozen of this one, take a couple inches back, take another half a dozen, change the pose. Try these experiments to find, as you said earlier, about finding your style, finding the thing that excites you in the lighting, finding the way that appeals to you, or makes you feel you've caught the strongest image. And you do that by experimenting slightly differently in the shots, in the lighting, if that makes sense. And the second one, I think she's lost her balloon. It's just gone.
It's just it's slightly out of frame. I think it's up there.
And she should be looking higher, because where's the balloon gone? When it comes to story, I'm confused about. And again, this is a long way back, and this is my opinion, and I'm happy to be told that I'm completely wrong. But I don't really understand what's going on in the photo. She could be reaching out for someone's credit card for all I know. There's an unresolved story that I don't understand, and that's been critical. But I think tough love is still love, and I think people, a lot of shows, a lot of things I see online, people never are uncomplimentary about the photos that are shown. And I don't know, and I'm happy to be the bad guy and be the one who feels as being a bit of an asshole and doing people a disservice. But maybe some people might learn a little bit of a different way of seeing, if nothing else.
Yep, exactly. That's constructive criticism. And that's always the way. I guess even calling it constructive criticism is supposed to be a good thing. It always still sounds bad, but it is good. It's because, like you say, it's your opinion on what you would have changed about the image. Based on your experience, and you've had a fair bit of experience. So
good on you, Gareth. I mean, and again, it's just an opinion. But here's the thing: if you're doing this shot and this is your idea, shoot that idea, because that's what's. But maybe what else can I do before you move on? Can I shoot lower? Can I shoot higher? What if she crosses her arms? Or if she tries, and they may all suck, but that's how we learn what we like. You know,
Yes,
if we come up with one idea and then move on to it's hard to find good lights. It's hard to find good locations. There's no point going there and just taking one photo and then moving on trying to find the next good thing. Yeah, how can I work this? What if I tried different angles? What if I tried different heights? What if I was lower? What if I was higher? Yeah, all these things.
Yeah.
Before you move on. Yeah.
Great advice.
Nice
Don't give
advice.
any more though. Don't give any more though, because otherwise this show will be 9 hours long.
Sorry,
no, I'm kidding. It's just we've got a pile of shots. Let's get on to
hopefully
Philip
they'll
Johnson.
suck, and I won't have to give any commentary.
Philip Johnson says this image was captured in the Megalong Valley in Blue Mountains. The white gums have always caught my eyes. Captured as 8 separate segments as a panorama, merged in Photoshop, tidied up using Topaz, shot with the A7 IV, Sony 7200 2.8. Hang on. I don't know if we can. No. I tried to zoom in and she didn't work. But yeah.
You zoomed really close in on that shot.
Yeah.
That was, amazing.
Yeah.
I
Straight
didn't
into
see
the
that
bark.
tree in there.
That was the other shot. Unfortunately, I can see it really big, and it's very cool, but it's not zooming in very well. It's great. It looks like I can't tell. It's hard to explain, but it is. It's a big file. Very nice. It would look cool printed.
I don't like the green tree on the right.
Hang on. What green tree? Oh,
green tree? How can you not see it?
See, well, so do you think it would be more balanced with that not there?
It's not the balance. Think about pulls and pushes. I'm going to talk too much. Pulls and pushes in a photo. Where's your eye being pulled? Where's your eye being pushed? That's a heavy weight in that photograph. That's all light trees and light airy, and then you've got this heavy element on the right hand side that draws your eye. So that's a pull straight away from being able to see the photo as a whole. I love you, Phil. I knew it was yours as soon as it came up. But Phil's a great guy. I love Phil's bark stuff. I think it's fabulous. I love looking at his stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to get to is the bark
it's just
shot.
that tree just kills me. But that's just me.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I get to manually crop it here. I'm just seeing it without it. I mean, this is going to sound bad, and obviously I wouldn't do it. But if I could chop that tree down, I feel like that would be
good idea. Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I'm down with that. No problem.
Okay. Tree bark. Tree bark isn't
If that tree was in the middle, okay, then there's a juxtaposition between all the white trees and this dark tree with green. That you got this juxtaposition and different weight and different balance and different story. You know what I mean? Your eye is telling you these two conflicting feels about how the photo is versus it's on the side, so it's a secondary, not important thing, but it draws my eye. Sorry, go on the bark.
Onto the bark.
Tree bark.
Tree bark is an addiction for me. It's in a way unique, hard to copy, easy to access, especially if mobility is an issue. Yep. Trees we have plenty, and the best time to shoot is when the bark is wet. A7 IV 7200 2.8. I do like your tree bark.
Every time I see his tree bark photos, I think of the 1990s band Los Trios Ring Barcus, because it has the word bark in it. And I can't not. And they had this really bad song, and I just anyway. Next.
Yeah. It actually does look like an album cover.
Yeah. I love the one.
This looks like a CD.
If you know the band Stone Roses, there's a quite a Stone Roses kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it is too, isn't it?
Yeah, even with the Philip Johnson photography logo down the bottom, I'm sort of like sitting back and I'm like, I'm
amazed how often he goes out in the wilderness and finds that logo stuck on stuff. I think it's
incredible.
Okay, LTK, let's go. Photos from the 24-hour race at Daytona. That's cool. First photo. These aren't in order. I'll do my best. First photo is one of the cars overheating. The other two are when heavy fog come in, and then the others are racing shots. So, car overheating. Hang on. Heavy fog. That's interesting. More heavy fog.
But these last two, story straight away. You're imagining yourself there. You're imagining the sounds, the smell. It's evocative. There's it evokes something in you. Look at that. This car's zipping past. Who's this guy? Is he a manager? Is he the next driver in the car? Is he someone from the pit crew? There's this story happening all the way through the shot.
Yeah, I really like that one with the silhouette going through the so that one too. But I think I like this one more. So
that one, it's got the headphones on though, so it puts you there on the track. He's got the noise. He's almost like those guys down at the airport waving the planes in. He's this story galore in this shot.
Yeah.
But nah.
Don't hold back, Glynn.
No, I don't.
I know.
But it's this way. I've taken 4,000 panning photos in my life, and 3,999 and a half of them sucked. So I admire anyone who can pan and even get something remotely being able to tell what the object is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Tony is very jealous. He was actually, while we were hanging out, he was watching this race live the other week. So yes, he would be very jealous. LTK says, got in the car at midnight, drove 11 hours to Florida, spent 4 days at the track camping out. Didn't want to send in just clean shots of the cars. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad you, is those fog shots and stuff something you would normally do, or are you trying to push yourself a little bit and do something different? Because I do. I really like that one. Very cool. Okay. Felicity Johnson.
This is bound to be
that's
crap.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that.
We're getting through them. Here we go. Let me see. I don't know which one's which to read out what. A spiral of fleece was taken at East Lodden near Serpentine. Yeah, I got it. I got there. Focused on the farmer. Focused on the farmer, 1/30th of a second, ISO 100 f/22 on my old Nikon D750. Yeah.
Lovely. Then desaturated, but feels like desaturated in post.
It looks like it, yeah.
Which is good because the color becomes the standout element. It again pulls and pushes, so that color is another element that pulls you to the subject. And we'll see with our peripheral vision the flow and movement of the sheep, but the story and the intent and the concentration is all on the guy, and that's where we want to be pulled.
Yep.
Yeah, the hard thing is these scenes don't just happen continuously, so you've got to go quick. If I was being fussy, I would love it if his hat was framed in the shed slightly lower where you didn't have the roof intersecting with the hat lines.
Yeah. I'll crop the foreground too.
Oh, yeah. Just get rid of
and by cropping the foreground, you'd also get rid of some of the sky, which is a bit of a pull because it's this big white bright object. So just tightening it up 10 or 15% would increase the feeling of motion because there's no static element in front of them. So the ground is static, so that anchors you. If you didn't see that ground, just hold your hand up in front of the screen, everybody, and just see. If all you could see was sheep, all you feel is movement. It just changes the intensity of the shot. But that's just my opinion.
Always just your opinion. But everyone's a fan. Great photo. And Bruce Moyle said, look, it's a picture of Fujifilm users.
Oh, whatever.
And I thought that was good. Okay. Creek Amongst the Ferns, taken on a BFOP trip at Mount Buffalo. How do you pronounce that? Urobin Creek? Urobin,
yeah.
Urobin, okay.
Yeah, further down's got good Murray cod.
Really? Oh, is this what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm the font of useless knowledge of all sorts of things.
Yeah. And finally, this one's called "You've Got a Problem, Mate." Hang on, is it? Yep.
Oh yeah.
Taken on a BFOP trip at Mount Buffalo. No, magpie collecting nesting material, giving me the look.
He looks like he's saying, "You've got a problem, mate, and I'm your problem." Yeah, that's a cool shot.
That's really.
I love
cool.
the swirl on the beak, the swirl of those lines on the beak, that kind of draw you down to the point, and they're so uneven and so yeah. It's kind of crooked and a bit evil and a bit twisted. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Malevolent.
All
right.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's
looking. I like that in black and white. The green kills it. I'd love to see that in black and white, and some real focus on the eyes and really draw you to that strength. Because I think the green makes you look through the photo more, and I think that if the background was black and white, you would stop at the bird more. That's just me, in my opinion.
All right, on to the next one. But before I do, Greg Carrick says, did you miss my shot? If so, next week is fine. No, I've got it here. We've just got lots, and I did them in order of when they come in. So we're still working towards yours. We're getting there. Okay, next. Scott Longdon, Tin Type Man. Hi, Justin. I trust you're well. Thanks for all the well wishes. Recovery is going well, and hopefully I can get back into the darkroom in the next week or two. Start submitting some more tin types. In the interim, I know Greg is interested in macro. Oh my gosh. Hold the phone. We've got to.
Hey, Dennis.
Hold on, caller.
Hello, Nick.
Caller. Can you hear us yet, Nick? No. Hold on. Hang on. Is this going to work? Why does it never? This is the worst podcast ever.
Oh, thanks.
Hold on, caller. Not because of you, Glynn. Because my phone never works. Can you hear us?
That's just your opinion.
Hold on. Oh, we're almost there.
I hear you.
Way,
loud and clear.
We got it. Okay. What's going on?
You're 10-4, rubber duck.
What are you doing?
I'm listening to Glynn mispronouncing your Robin.
You Robin.
You're Robin.
You might be Robin. Every cod fisherman I've ever known has caught a cod in Urobin Creek. Has called it Urobin.
Well, I'm only saying that I live on Urobin Creek track next to Urobin Creek.
It's
not far from Urobin Falls.
It does have some nice trout in it that far up. Maybe it's the country gents further down where the cod are that call it something different. Not the highfalutin.
I would think so.
Hill folk. The highfalutin hill folk call it something different.
I also wanted to say I reckon Glynn is about the best critique of photography I've listened to. I just thought it was absolutely wonderful. But at the same time, you need someone who goes,
shut up.
That photograph is amazing first.
He doesn't preface it with "this is wonderful," but
tough love is still love. Well, it's not
very
wonderful.
Genuinely, like that photo set we've just looked at were universally pretty bloody good. Glynn picked up on the things that would make it brilliant.
Yes,
and we should probably say they were pretty bloody good first.
He's right.
That's mine and Greg's job.
I don't say that very often to anybody about anything because I never admit I'm wrong, but he's right. I should lie and say, I really like this photo, but...
But it's like the single most useful set of critiques I've heard. So, Glynn, thank you.
Thanks.
Well done.
Appreciate that.
Well said.
Yeah. They were.
Here's the thing. So to anyone, the way I critique photos and I can disassemble any photo in 0.2 of a second, tell you every single thing that's wrong with it, in my opinion, because that's what I have to do to all my crap photos I take. Every single photo I take, I look at it and go, oh, Jesus, Glynn, why'd you have that, and that in it? And I have to fix it there and then on the spot, and I've got 2 seconds to take the photo. So I've, for years of just disassembling my own shit and making it slightly less shit, by finding those things that are pulls and pushes and weights and balances and all those things that change the shot. So I can be a little bit blunt, and Nick's spot on. I should always say, I really like that. I would, however, possibly look at changing. It's just not my nature, but he's spot on right.
Oh, Glynn, I love you like a brother. I think that's exactly the way to go at it, but it's a brutal way to live.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I hate my own photography so much, Nick.
I'm with you all the way.
And it's not even a joke. I can't stand my photos.
Oh no, I'm with you.
You hate Glynn's photos as well, Nick.
Love it.
Dear. Okay.
We'll have to sit down one day, Nick, and just pick the crap out of each other's photos. It'll be awesome.
I think it's the single fastest way to improve, but it's so painful.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's nothing. I never say, why'd you shoot that crappy subject? I never pick on the subject. I just say these couple of elements are a distraction, or they're unthought. You haven't thought through how it could be slightly better. There's never a critique on the photo itself, just the weights and balances and how people see photos. So I hope that comes across a little bit more to people, that it's never, everyone's photos are great. Everyone, this is your art. You do what you want. But and I always preface, in my opinion, that slight variation would take your great photo to really great.
I used to, there was a great, it no longer goes, there's a great podcast called Long Lens Fast Shutter. You can still download the episodes. And there was a guy called Matt Cohen, who's a rodeo photographer, sports photographer. And I used to listen to it just because he would be the most brutal appraiser of photography I've ever heard. He just, like, someone would send a photo, he'd go, "That's absolute shit. Why are you wasting my time with that?" And then rip this photo apart. But it was such an accelerated learning. It was almost the exact opposite of what we were doing with BFOT, which was trying to create an environment where everyone was sort of like safe to put out their stuff out there. But it was such a brilliant way to get good fast just by listening to this guy ripping photos apart. So, Glynn, I think you're doing a service to the photographic community. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. My favourite line to use at any workshop is when people show me their photos, it's, there's nothing wrong with that photo. That can't be fixed by going back and doing it properly.
Oh, gosh.
Pretty simple. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave you guys to it. You don't need to hear from me. Love your work. See ya.
Thanks for calling in, Nick. All right, we better burn through the rest of these.
I love this. I love this ant photo, and there's nothing I'd do to change it.
Oh, interesting.
No, Nick said I had to say something nice.
Oh, okay.
First
of all,
spot on.
New member Brendan Waite's camera and photo. What a legend! What a great store! What a wonderful person.
Hey.
Now, what are we looking at here, Greg? You shoot macro. What are we looking at?
They're called ants.
Yep.
Yeah.
What sort of ants? And what are they?
Black ones.
Well, they're currently friendly because they're talking.
Okay. All right. Let me read the rest of this out. Scott Tintype Man goes on to say, "I call it mind meld. It's 2 sugar ants, less than 4 millimeters each, on a piece of fencing wire. Wow. Started out as something I thought would be really easy. By the time I finished, I had pretty much my entire set of studio lights, reflectors, cameras, and a PC in the garden. It took about 5,000 to 6,000 shots over 4 to 5 days before I got this one."
Did you freeze the ants with some sort of ice or something so they'd be frozen in that spot for that length of time? That's what we used to do in the old days. We'd get a butterfly, put it in the freezer for 10 minutes till it was dead, and then put it back on the flower.
What? Is that how you film photographers used to do?
That's how macro was done in the olden days.
That's the original macro. Focus stacking, you'd actually get 10 butterflies in it.
Oh, God. No, this is a cool shot. Worth the effort. Well, maybe not. Worth the effort.
Worth the effort. If I remember, it was the Lauer 100mm f16 ISO 800 of around 800th of a second. Needed lots of depth of field, f16, and shutter speed because the buggers were so fast.
Yeah.
Need tons of light. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Crazy. Very cool shot. Looks. You wouldn't. It's hard to see on here, like on my screen. It's
So the detail looks amazing.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that this rusty barbed wire does not look remotely like, but it looks like a twig. It's earthy and elemental. It's got this great texture and life to it. Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
Yeah,
I
would have cleaned up that flyaway hair on the top of his head there, though. And...
Okay, righto. The flyaway ant hair. Okay, who we got next? I'm gonna forget someone. I shouldn't have done them out of order.
And
Dennis
Tintype
Smith.
So just quickly for Tintype Man, I got a friend request from you on Facebook this week, but it didn't read like your wording, and the spelling was slightly wrong with the names. I said no to you, if it actually was you, send out again. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, Dennis Smith. We took 100 kilos of filmmaking, light painting, and photography gear to Easter Island, and this image, made with a tool that weighs about 20 grams, was my favorite, mainly because there is a wild story that goes with it. Less is more. Olympus EM1 Mark II, f1.2, ISO 110 seconds, middle of the bloody night. It's all moonlight.
Oh, wow.
And the thing that makes the photograph for Dennis is the story around the taking of the photo. And that's kind of what we talked about earlier. When you're connecting with people in the streets, there's a story around that elevates a great photo to even greater heights because of the story around it. And this is a classic case in point.
Yeah. But yeah, epic shot. I wonder what it'd be like to stand there and look at that in person. Crazy.
Probably windy.
Yeah, probably windy.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's not moving around much.
Yeah, good point. Trees have all blown over, though.
That's true. Very cool, Dennis. Thank you for sending it in. Who else have we got? Lucinda. Good one. Hey, Justin, I painstakingly made this backdrop by hand in the studio. And there's another one. How did you make it by hand? I can't tell. Did you stick bits of paper together? That's intense. How did
I think it's inside a building. I don't think it's intense.
Yeah, only clowns are intense.
Walls wouldn't be strong enough.
I like this. This is cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Glynn? You're a lighting lighter.
What am I supposed to be thinking?
Do you?
What's it saying to me? What's it saying to you? That's always a good one. Someone ask for critique, ask them straight back. What do you think about it? How do you? What do you like about this image?
Well, I like, in terms of what it's saying to me, I have no idea. I don't know what it's saying. I'm assuming she's potentially a musician, and this is some sort of cover art type project.
But wouldn't you straight away think it was more to do with motor racing than musician?
No, Lucinda shoots musicians.
She's a.
Is this Lucinda? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So
okay.
I like the way. Like I really like the light being a hard circle with all these squares going on, and the way the flag is draping around the same. So just in terms of shapes, purely for aesthetic purposes, I'm enjoying it. And obviously the red stands out a ton, matches her lips, but maybe it stands out too much because her face is less noticeable in the image if it is for cover art or something. Don't know.
I actually really like Lucinda's work, and I've seen lots of her great concert stuff. So I just don't pay attention when you say whose photos come out. I'm ADD, but I don't get the shadow on the floor because I don't understand where the light. Well, I can see where the light's hitting the wall on the right hand side of it, and that kind of bugs me because if I'm supposed to be thinking the spotlight's doing the lighting, why is there a splash of light on the wall on the right hand side, and then why is there a shadow coming from her feet to the left? Because there's no obvious light source coming from that direction. So my OCD sees all those things straight away and it gets confused. And see, this is the problem. I don't even really see the content of the photo. I see the things that don't make sense to me. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I couldn't have told you she had red lipstick on until you mentioned it. Because that's not what I see when I look at the photo. The last thing I ever look at is the subject. I just look at everything else. And if I'm thinking concert photography, I'm used to light coming from above because the classic shafts of that's where lighting. But this is straight on, so it makes me. It doesn't make me think music because I didn't pick that it was Lucinda's work, so I didn't think musician. I thought motor racing. So is that a car headlight? Is kind of where the logic came. Not the logic, just where my brain went. And the arm being cut in half by the shadow kind of does my OCD a little bit. And then that little speck of light. See how hypercritical this is? This is just terrible. Nick's right. I'm a shit. That little speck of light on the right side of the arm, just above where it's cut off. I can't not look at it. And then eventually I'll come to the subject. The subject's interesting, and I like the shape. Yeah. Once I've seen the things that kind of pull me wrong, then I look at the subject, and everything there is good. And if I zoom in tight, it's all kind of cool. But the way my brain works.
I was wondering what it would look like as a. Oh, I can't. Hang on. Can't zoom in as like a square crop. I can't really do that on here because it's not Lightroom. But
yeah, so kind of lips are a bit weird for too close. Yeah, it's got that sort of slightly half open, but because the lips kind of slightly half open, the top lip's kind of thin. So you have, and this is why I hate my own work. I can't stand looking at it. It's crazy.
Do you like anything?
Yeah.
What about ice cream?
Those ants were nice. Yeah. No, but and it's not that I dislike the photo. This is the thing. It's just, and again, it's just freaking stupid opinions, but it's just the things I see. Yeah, and I would highly recommend people ignore most of my advice. Because if you start looking at the world like I do, it's pretty bleak. Because you just I just want to fix this a little bit and fix this a little bit and fix this a little bit. Yeah. Sorry, Lucinda. I do like your work. I enjoy looking at your concert. I love concert photography. Yeah.
I like the I do like the dedication to coming up with a backdrop that didn't exist. Yeah, that would have been a
shit ton of work.
What did she say here? Cut the squares.
Oh, wow. Paper roll.
Wow.
That's dedication.
That's a shit ton of work, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, that's a shitload of work. I guess you can't just go and buy a giant F1 flag, or like a giant checkered flag.
Yeah,
can you?
a wall-sized.
Wall-sized checkered flag. All right. Last couple, I think we've done almost everybody. This is Rick Nelson. Pics from the Aurora, Queensland Heritage Festival last weekend. Shot on Fujifilm 400 film with my 1934 Leica 3 film camera on 50mm 3.5 lens. Had a blast with my wife seeing the country town. Let me bring these bigger for you.
Who did you say this was? Sorry?
Rick Nelson.
Oh, Rick Nelson. Okay.
Shooting some film.
Yeah.
Having a bit of fun. Yeah, I can't wait to get my film developed. I'm going to send it down to Lumina Labs ASAP. That's very cool, the umbrella holder. Yeah, nice. Got the exposures and everything. I can't imagine a 1934 Leica would have a light meter, so nicely done. Yeah, very cool. Want to see more. Jason Rogers gearing up for the 2026 season. A couple of my favorite shots from last year. So these would have been on the Tamron 70 to 200, I think. I think that's what he was saying.
That's cool, isn't it? I shoot a fair bit of AFL footy. I photographed the North Melbourne Football Club training, and it's all about that trying to capture the anticipation of moment is the hardest thing in sports. I knew a guy many years ago who wanted to be a sports photographer, and back in the days of film, couldn't afford film to go out and test, so he'd actually just shoot sports on TV. So he'd just actually have his camera in front of his TV and just practice timing. Yeah, just practice timing, shooting sport. Yeah,
That's clever.
Seems silly, but it's actually a really good idea. And something you could just do at home, and even if you just not even take it, just pretending, bang, that's the moment, bang, that's the moment, just to kind of get your anticipation up. It's kind of a really cool skill. I've remembered that for like 30 years, and it's always struck me as such an innovative way of thinking about how do I practice my skill without costing me a fortune.
Yeah.
Okay, last couple. Greg Carrick, which I almost did miss somehow. I don't know how this ended up out of order, but anyway, Greg Carrick, Aurora at Lilydale Lake, January 20th, 2026. Fujifilm XE4 with the Takina 11 to 16mm lens, 15-second ISO 320, 2.8.
It was a hell of a night, wasn't it, hey?
Yeah.
Man.
Crazy. I still haven't seen one. It eludes me. Very, very cool. Yeah. I can see tons of stuff on here. You guys probably can't see much. It's pretty well done. Considering it's with that tiny little crop sensor as well. It's amazing.
Oh, imagine.
Just kidding. All right, Greg, you've got a few photos that Glynn was going to...
No, we'll skip them. It's late.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're very late.
Okay.
I'm conscious you wanted to keep it to an hour and a half, and here we are 2.5 hours later.
Yeah, I know. I still can't.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It was great. We'll do ours. I had some as well. We'll do ours on the next one.
I think it's funny with Greg's photos. I actually went into post production and edited all his photos.
Yeah, they look so much better.
To how I would have shot them. And it's funny how the conversation tonight's gone that I've actually got him picked on several of his photos, and well, I should have done it like this.
Whatever.
What an asshole.
Oh dear.
Can we show the toilet block photo though?
Oh yeah. I've got yours here too. Yours are ready to go. Let me go.
Just those.
Which one do you want me to pull up first? The block?
Bring it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So people can see the environment.
Yes, absolutely. There it is.
So again, this is all about understanding how lenses see the world, how you can eliminate background, and how anywhere can be a photo opportunity. And then if you pull up the actual shot. Yeah, so that's another toilet door behind her on the other side, and it's beautiful warm light coming through the ceiling skylight. But by eliminating everything, now the problem with this style of photography again is you get to compose only the shot that you're allowed to compose, that the environment will give you. I couldn't do more body because then it would show other things in the photograph, like door handles or whatever it may be. So you're constricted to what you can shoot, but you can shoot something somewhere always, and a classic thing in every single one of my photographs is wherever the model's looking is where the light is coming from. So always pose for the light, just rinse, lather, repeat, get those catch lights in the eyes as we were talking about earlier. But just shows again you can shoot anywhere. I did send through another. I don't know if you've got access to the other photos that I sent through on the Dropbox.
Probably.
But there was another
running
example of shooting through lenses, how lenses see as well, from last weekend's natural light workshop. That was done in 44 degrees, which was very pleasant. But there's a behind the scenes of a guy laying on the ground. One of my lovely customers. He's come to Bangladesh with me, lovely guy. And then the result we can produce by using lenses in very specific ways. So I'm not sure if you can pull those up or not.
Yeah, 1 second. I can do this. Can I? Is it this? No. Is it that?
Yeah, so that's behind the scenes at the front of the Tamron Australia headquarters. So this is a 44 degree day. We couldn't walk anyone anywhere. It was just it was an oven outside. So limitation as to where you can shoot. This is about the best. And then if you look at this is my lovely 14-year-old daughter, and then the end results by using the right lens and being in just the specific location is the next one.
I think hopefully it's the next one back. Yep.
So that's the shot we were taking based on that location. So that's the ability to be able to really minimize the world. Be able to see a world with it, like I said, like a golfer will see a club and know exactly how far that will go. I can see a scene and go, I know exactly what each lens will see and what focal length I'll need to allow that shot to work. So that's shot at 200 millimeter, for example. So
180 or 200?
Could have actually been. No, it was shot. I was using the Tamron 25 to 200, so it was shot at 200 on that one.
Nice.
So I've been using that's a new lens Tamron brought out, and but it just shows again that when you have control over where you can stand in a scene, and you have control over how you can control the world, there are photos anywhere to be taken. And it's a skill learned many years ago as a wedding photographer when you're always time poor. You know what it's like, Justin, with the hair and makeup always takes twice as long as it said it would. But the actual ceremony is still going to start at the same time.
Exactly.
So your time to be able to shoot has gone from an hour and a half to 14 seconds. You have to be able to pull out stuff like this and actually get something usable. Even if it's not necessarily the ideas you had in your mind that you were going to shoot.
Exactly.
You shoot what's there.
Do your best with what you got.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right.
So anyhow.
Well done. Well done, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us for another 2.5-hour show that was supposed to be an hour and a half. I've done it again. I should not be in charge of anything. I'm going to put Greg in charge of one of the episodes and just see if we can do it on time for once. Thanks very much, Glynn. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
really appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. More than happy to talk about myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am my own favourite subject, so anytime you want to hear me waffle on, just no. I hope the goal always is that it's not a sharing of ideas, but a conversation at least, and this is a person's viewpoint. Take the 2 or 3 bits that mean something that makes sense to you, and ignore everything else, and do that with everybody. If anyone gives you a hard and fast rule in photography that you must do this or you mustn't do that, ignore that. Yeah, find the kernels that work for you, and you build your kit bag by coming up with little skill sets that work. And even if it's an asshole giving you that information, take it that could work. And hopefully it adds one little idea to how you shoot. That stops you having a style, because you're still growing. You're still moving forward. Yeah,
exactly.
No, it's amazing advice, and on behalf of us here and everyone watching along, thank you so much for your time tonight, Glynn. Always been an eye opener, and we really appreciate your time tonight.
Oh, guys, I love being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I didn't even get to pump for info about India. Oh well, next time.
Okay. Food's great.
There you go.
Just call me sometime, dude.
I will definitely, because I'm going this year.
Tweak Productions photos didn't come through. Send it to me directly. Glynn at creativePhotoWorkshops.com.au, and I'll critique the crap out of them for you. And that goes to anyone. If anyone's got cares what I say, happy to message me on Facebook, come and say hello, whatever. Always happy to chat stuff. I don't sleep, so I've got to do something.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna start emailing you just before I go to bed and expect a reply when I wake up.
Exactly. But just call, or we can catch up for coffee or lunch sometime and just talk. Happy to.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, let's roll the music and see who was in the chat. Tweak Productions. I'll double check.
But just quick, I'd just like to thank Alex Kearns for not showing up and hassling me.
Was she going to give you some grief, was she? Well, maybe next time. Sorry, Tweak. I'll check to see if your photo's there. If not, we'll get him on next week. Lisa Leach says thanks. Levin, thank you. Good to see you here. Phil Thompson's, Greg Carrick onto my 3rd radio show, and he's still talking. Digifrog, good to see you. Jason Rogers, Rick Nelson says, love the longer shows though. Thank you for all the great show. Missed last week. Yeah, we missed it too. Bruce Moyle, good to see you. Brendan Waits. I did that workshop when it was 11 degrees. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else was here? Dennis was here always. Philip Johnson. It was epic. Lucinda, good to see you. Hope your fingers aren't sore from cutting out all those things. Tin Type Man. I don't know. That was crazy. Felicity, we'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Be safe, everyone.
Bye all.